Perfect. All right. Well, let's get started. Hi, everyone. I'm Annabelle Landaverde, and I'm here along with Dan Ashburn. We are happy to have you with us today. And we're about to dive into how you can turn one passive income stream into a seven-figure payday. And specifically, you're about to discover how to build a cash-producing business that you can use to pay you thousands of dollars a month passively, and that eventually you can use to turn around and sell for $1 million. And I know that's a big promise, so we're going to break down real numbers. We'll back into them with real timelines and show you step by step how this is possible. And we're going to share with you 5 real stories of how everyday people just like you and me have already used this strategy to become ultra wealthy and create seven-figure windfalls this year. Here we go. One of them, Tatiana James, is joining us for an interview later in the training. So you're going to hear firsthand from her how she turned a passive income stream that she started as a college student into a $400,000 a month sales machine that's allowed her to travel the world, build schools in Latin America and Africa, and recently has led to a multi-million-dollar payday. So please be sure to stick around, take lots of notes, and make sure to ask her lots of questions. Okay, so now before we get started, I want to ask you, who has started shopping online more in the last year? Because I know I'm not the only one here who's been getting groceries and clothes and garden clippers and everything else mailed to my doorstep. In fact, this is kind of what the entryway of my apartment has been looking like lately, especially this morning. Boxes are starting to pile up, and I really need a better system to get rid of them. Maybe you can relate. This is just a small visual representation of the fact the pandemic has changed consumer behavior forever, and online shopping really is here to stay. And there's one marketplace in particular that's gotten the lion's share of the surge in online shopping, and that's Amazon. This spring, Amazon's profits soared 220% as the demand for online shopping has gone up. Its profits in the last year have exceeded 26 billion, which is more than the previous 3 years combined in profits. It is an absolute profit-generating machine, and now Amazon sales are on track to surpass $626 billion worldwide by the end of this year. Now, you might be thinking, why does this matter? Why does it matter to you? The answer lies in who is profiting, and it's not just Amazon. More than half of all the units sold on Amazon come from third-party sellers. Those are people like you and me. Many of these sellers are raking in thousands a month in profits simply by connecting people with the products that they already need and use. And some of these sellers are becoming millionaires in the process. So I want to go ahead and take a look at some headlines. This one here is Amazon is helping create millionaires at an accelerated rate. And you can see that this article was just published. This is August 3rd of this year. Here's another one. Wall Street is investing billions to scale mom and pop sellers on Amazon, February of this year. The Amazon sellers who sold up and became millionaires. This BBC article actually features a couple of our students. This is David and Tracy Stevens, and they sold their brand of garden tools this year for a 7-figure exit. And this one's probably one of my favorite headlines. The Great Amazon Flipathon. See, this is much more. This is bigger than building a business for passive income. This is about flipping that one stream of income into $1 million, sometimes a multi-million-dollar payout. And if you want, you can keep building and flipping, just like David and Leah Cutts. They took our training when we first offered it a while back, and they've since been able to build and sell 3 different businesses, and they've exited for 7 figures each in just a couple of years. So that's the power of what you will learn next and why you came today. You're going to discover 4 ways to make passive income leveraging Amazon, the world's #1 online retailer. You're going to discover the exact steps to earn $15K a month or more in passive profits. And you're going to find out how you can get to that number in the next 12 months. That way, you can start to do things like quit a job, never have to work a 40-hour work week job. You can travel, you can take care of your parents, send your kids to college, never have to pay or worry about paying the bills again. And that's just like what Channing Dyson did. She discovered our training at 23 years old when she was a new mom working as a hairdresser in Texas. She quickly built a business, which led to her earning over $500,000 in a single month. And as Channing said, she's made more money in a single month than I used to make in an entire year. And I just followed up with her yesterday to confirm. She told me that she just sold her brand of baby products for 7 figures this year. Then there's the Zigglers. This is Travis and Jenna, and they were both successful optometrists who each had their own practice. And in 2015, they traded their old lives to start an eyewear brand that gave them financial freedom that they actually wanted, and they had more time and more money. And in the span of 6 years, they scaled that business to $4.5 million in annual sales. Fast forward to now, and they've sold it for 7 figures. Best of all, they've been able to use their profits to start their own charity and fund eye care clinics in Jamaica. Jenna says, having a charity like this is something we hope we'd get to at age 60. But here we are in our mid-30s and we're already hitting this goal. So that's the power of what's possible and what you'll be learning today. Now, before we go into more examples of success, it is important to know that everything we show you are real results from real students. Dan, who will be presenting next, runs multiple successful e-commerce businesses, and he's sharing exactly what's worked for him and his students. But every business involves risk, and just like a lot of achievements in life, you get out what you put in. And there's always an element of luck. No guarantee that you will make any money. But when you do things right, you can be one of the thousands of ordinary people who learn to do this. And these are just some of them who've completely changed their lives with what you're about to learn. Okay, so before we get into the training, let's go over some housekeeping. Our agenda is as follows. The training is going to take about an hour. Then we'll hop right into our interview with Tatiana. There will be a formal Q&A section, but I do encourage you to ask questions throughout, and you can do that by simply typing in the chat box. And then lastly, we will be selecting one lucky person to win $1,000 today. So please be sure to stick around to the very end of the webinar for your chance to win. Again, you got to be present to win, so stick around to the end. All right, well now I'm going to introduce you to our extremely talented trainer for the evening. He is the secret behind multiple million-dollar brands. He has personally trained over 1,000 people on how to build their own businesses. He's an expert at branding and launching products to the very top of Amazon. And today, he's here to show you how to build your business as fast and as efficiently as possible. So Dan, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Annabelle. So I'm going to go ahead and take over the presenter. So give us a second here, guys, as we figure out just sharing the screens. There you go, show my screen. So you should be able to see a slide that says most people have a pretty good idea of what their ideal life looks like. Can you see that, yeah? Sweet, give me a yes in the chat box, guys. Let me know in the questions box, let me know that you can see that. Charles saying yes, thank you. Awesome, right, let's dive straight in. I'm actually going to go ahead and turn cameras off because for about the next 60 minutes or so, I want you to be focused on everything that I take you through. So get a pen, get a piece of paper, open a notepad on your laptop, however you're watching this, and be ready to take some notes because I'm going to take you through start to finish exactly how we build these businesses and how you can do the very same thing over the next 12 months. So I'm going to go ahead and turn camera off, Annabelle, and we should be good to roll. Okay, guys, so most people have a pretty good idea of what their ideal life looks like. If you take a second just now, sit down and sort of cast your mind to kind of your day-to-day life and what you would like it to look like, what you would like your average day to look like, you probably have a good idea. Whether it's sort of traveling the world now that sort of the pandemic's opening up and that's becoming more possible again, Or maybe you've got kids that you plan to put through college and you'd like to be able to take care of all of that for them. Or even raising a family and buying your dream home. This was a big one for me. It all comes down to freedom. It comes down to time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, and ultimately, if the pandemic this year has taught us anything, freedom of choice. Now, in life, there is a balance between money and happiness. And whilst money doesn't buy happiness, it certainly empowers it and enables that day-to-day life that you're looking to build. You see, my definition and what I've learned through my journey is that happiness comes from aligning what you want out of life, the fulfillment that motivates you, and then aligning all of that with the reality of your day-to-day life. If you can match these three things up, that's where I've found ultimate happiness and being content in life comes from. And then understanding exactly how much money is needed to make that day-to-day a reality. Does this make sense? Give me a yes in the questions on the chat box. Is this making sense to you, everything I'm talking through here? And then, like I say, understanding how much money is needed. Now, once you understand how much money is needed, and I'd be interested to know actually what you think your number is. What do you think your freedom number is? Is it 5 grand a month? Is it 10 grand a month? Is it 15? Is it 20? Is it 50? How much money do you believe you need to be generating passively a month to create that day-to-day life, that reality that you determine is your happiness? Drop it in the chat box for me. Let me know. So I've got Daniel saying 10 to 15K. What else have we got coming up? Yeah, 5 to 10K, 10 to 15K, 20K. This is about normal. I do this a lot. And these are the numbers that I see everyone give me, 5K, 10K. And I want to tell you that that is more than attainable and more than achievable if all you do is execute everything I'm about to teach you here today. So when it comes to generating that $10,000, $15,000 per month, we have to ask ourselves, what is the best vehicle to get us there? What's the best vehicle that's going to deliver that $15,000 per month? There's a lot of them out there. You probably are invested in crypto. You probably are hearing about crypto in the news and seeing all the hype around crypto. And yes, there's been substantial hikes in crypto. But the challenge is it's so volatile and it's controlled by guys like this that it's not predictable and it's outside of your control. It's not a vehicle that you control and you can be reliable and certain in generating that income. The property market also produces good, stable returns, but it takes a lot of investment up front to see any decent return. And it's something that you're going to take years to build over time, typically on a 7 to 10% annual return. Forex trading, this is like legalized gambling. You're just reading graphs, day trading, thinking that you're predicting what the next move is, when the reality is no one has a clue. And it's just a case of seeing whether you can get in on the lows and sell on the highs. Again, extremely time consuming. You sat at your computer all day and very volatile, which is the same with stocks. So the stock market, again, depending on where you go, yes, some really stable investments there, good annual 10, 12% returns. If you go into options, maybe a bit more, but again, a bit more complicated, slow return, more investment needed up front. In every single one of these, and I'm actively invested in all of these, in every single way that I generate money and generate cash flow in my life, funding my sort of life of intention in what I'm able to do, the fastest and best cash producing way to make money is to build your own business. Now, if we know that building our own business is the fastest and best way to produce cash to fund that day-to-day reality that we want to create, then we have to ask which business is the best type of business that's going to give us time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. Now, I'm here to tell you today that the best type of business is an online business. An online business gives us that time and location freedom. And because of the scale of the internet, it also gives us that financial freedom. And that when you implement everything we're going through here today, you don't even have to have any physical location. All you need is a laptop and an internet connection. An online business gives you that time freedom, that location freedom, that financial freedom, but only if you choose the right one. You see, this is me at 16, 17, over in the Middle East, serving in the British Air Force, did 5 years there. This was actually on the tarmac in Iraq, one of the last flights out of Iraq. And from here, I left the military and went on to create my own marketing business. And I loved this. I was my own boss. I had lots of ambition, We went from my back bedroom to, that's a picture of my mother-in-law's garage. A couple of my friends who were very skilled sort of joined on and joined the business. And then I went out and started leading local B&I chapters. But honestly, guys, I'll be honest with you, at this point in my life, I was miserable, because whilst I was my own boss and whilst I had success and we were generating good profit in that business, I was a complete slave to the business, working 18, 20-hour days, hundreds of clients, all of them felt like a boss. It was an absolutely miserable part of my life because I found myself being a slave to that environment. And maybe some of you can sort of connect with me on that and understand what I mean there. Now, fast forward to sort of 2014, 2015, an email hits my inbox about Amazon and about the ability to sell products on Amazon and develop brands on Amazon, and I was hooked. I saw it as a real business, something of real value, and in this picture here, my business partner on the right, Lydon, and a good friend of ours, Simon, I ended up jumping over to Vegas for an event out there, an industry event out there, and the rest is history. Through this business, being able to travel the world, these are all friends in the industry, and as you can see, there's that bottom one's down in China, top right is Hong Kong, top left is Mexico, that's the Philippines there in the sea, and this is my beautiful family, my wife Lottie and my two kids Alfie and Austin over in the UK in autumn time. Now through this business, I've been able to create this life with intention and really fund this day-to-day activity, as you can see here, and then pass that through to my family. Now, as Annabelle said, more and more customers are shopping online, and the pandemic has, all it's done is completely accelerated online shopping growth by at least 10 years. Worldwide e-commerce is approaching $5 trillion this year, and we really are living in the golden era of e-commerce. Now, the biggest e-commerce platform that receives 50% of all e-commerce revenue in the USA is Amazon, with over 200 million Prime members. 200 million, that's the same size as the population of Russia. 200 million shoppers already on the platform, which is why this photo, this image here always makes me laugh, because launching your own website, which many of you may have even considered, is kind of like this guy fishing on the wrong side of the pond. We don't need to do that, because when you sell your products on Amazon, you're selling in a pool of 200 million customers who already trust the website. You simply need to get your products on there. So if we know that the best type of vehicle to produce the cash is an online business, we know the best online business is an e-commerce business, and we know the best e-commerce business is Amazon, what are the 4 different e-commerce models that we can run? So there are 4 different types of e-commerce models. The first is drop shipping. Second is retail arbitrage. Third, wholesaling. And fourth, private label, aka Amazon FBA. And you may have heard of this before. So with dropshipping is a fulfillment method that does not require any business to keep products in stock. So instead of selling the products from your warehouse or anything like that, your shop, you sell a third party's product, and then you simply ship it to the customer from that third party. So you never even see the product. Good thing about dropshipping is there's no upfront investment. You take the money for the sale before you ship the product, but it's low profit margins. You are the middleman, and you don't own anything. You're not building anything of value. It's low risk, but you're selling the exact same products of everyone else, which just forces you into a price war. But you do get to tap into the e-commerce opportunity very quickly and very cheaply. But as I said, you're not building anything valuable, no brand asset, you're not building anything worth millions of dollars, and it's not eligible for Amazon Prime, which is where most of the shoppers look for on Amazon. That's where the most customers are looking for. With retail arbitrage, this is the act of buying one product from, say, Walmart or Sam's Club or somewhere like that, and then literally reselling that same product. So let's say Walmart's running a discount, and you can buy a widget for $10, and you can see it's $20 on Amazon. You literally buy it from Walmart and sell it on Amazon, and you're literally arbitraging that price. Again, it's low cost to get into. It's lots of work, and it's not scalable because you're just spending your time looking for products to sell. You do get to make money online, so there's an element of fun to it, and you get to learn Amazon, but you can get stuck with inventory that doesn't sell. So if you buy something from, say, Walmart, and all of a sudden the demand drops on Amazon, then you're stuck with that product. It's relatively low risk because you're only buying small lots or small pieces at a time. But again, you're not building anything of value worth millions of dollars. Wholesaling. So wholesaling is selling goods in large quantities at low prices. So you buy a large number, maybe 500 or 1,000 units with the rights to distribute, and then you resell those. So you've got that pre-built brand recognition if you're buying a well-branded, a well-known product, but you have to get approved to do that. To resell something like Apple is extremely difficult to do. You have to be an Apple-approved retailer, etc., and it's difficult to get approved. Generally lower startup costs because you can do deals with these suppliers, like cash deals where you don't pay until you've sold the stock, etc. But it's very low margin again. Now, speed to market is definitely a benefit of this. You can get there really quickly. Everything's ready to go. Generally, they're already on sort of in the United States, but there's no control of the sales channel or price. Again, you're competing on price. You're competing against other people selling that product as well. Now, the fourth is private label or Amazon FBA. So a private label product is manufactured by a contractor or a third-party manufacturer. Basically, you've got a supplier in China or India or the Philippines, somewhere like that, that's making products for you, and then sold under your own brand on Amazon. So the upside to this is you own the brand, and all of the upside in the worth of that brand, as we're going to hear from Tatiana shortly. It does require an upfront investment of at least sort of $2,000, ideally $5,000. It's high profit because you're controlling the pricing, you control the costs, you control that margin, you're controlling your advertising. But you do have to find and work with suppliers, so you have to have the ability to communicate with suppliers. The massive upside on this business model, this e-com stream, is you own all of the assets, so there's no competing on the Amazon buy box, but it does take a few months to get set up and running, as we're about to learn here. But it is very, very scalable, and you can automate almost all of the business using Amazon FBA with full control. And Amazon FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. Those massive Amazon warehouses that you see, and all of those Amazon trucks that you see on the road, that's Amazon FBA. So you may sat here thinking, which one of these models is far better than all of the rest? Now, many people with no e-commerce experience have succeeded with our help, and this is what they think. Going on vacation out the country twice a year is not something I need to think about twice now. People still cannot believe what I was able to accomplish in such a short amount of time, totally on the side with just a few hours to spare. That's Anna. The holiday season was excellent for me. I was able to generate $50,000 in sales in December while working 1 to 2 hours a week at most. That's RP. Look, to anyone who's on the fence about selling on Amazon, I say absolutely go for it. I've already exceeded my expectations about what I thought I could learn and how I could do. And these go on and on and on. And as you'll see there, we've got Tatiana saying, I was able to quit my job. I did not enjoy doing. I didn't finish school because I don't have to now. My business is just flourishing. So as you can probably tell, the best business model, the best e-commerce model of the 4 options available is Amazon FBA plus private label. And by that we mean sourcing your own products out of somewhere like China, developing your own brand, putting that logo on that product, and then selling your own branded products on Amazon because you own all of those sales. So Amazon private label plus Amazon FBA. By combining the private label products, your own brand with Amazon FBA, Amazon does the fulfillment for you. It's the highest return on investment for both money and effort and time. And not only that, it's the most sustainable and scalable, and it delivers the highest profit for you and the most upside. In the same amount of work, or even less in most cases, it produces higher profit in the short term and potentially millions of dollars 2 to 3 years from now, as it has for Tatiana. So it has the highest profit, it's the most upside, and it is the business model that we've been able to generate the most success with. Now, I'm going to cut to the very end and let you know what to expect. Once you follow this training, once we go through this training, the goal is your own brand of physical products. That's the goal. That's what you're going to be learning how to build. And if you're worried about building an entire brand of products, you really don't have to be. A brand is nothing more than a few products that can all be sold to the same people who have similar interests. Just like these camping accessories you see right here, these 3 products, a camping blanket, an axe, and a paracord bracelet, these 3 products combined sell over $104,000 each month. That's $1.2 million each year in sales revenue. And this is just one example of an unlimited number of brands that you can build. These pruning shears, outdoor solar lantern, a herb garden set, These generate $129,000 each and every month right now. Now, having a brand with even just 2 or 3 products is enough to have a business that changes your life forever. And if you're still worried about not having enough time or money to create multiple products, you don't have to be, because this stroller liner, baby swaddle blanket, and white warmers currently generate $184,000 per month. And you can see those just here. Now, it all starts with just one product. There's absolutely no need to try and launch multiple products at once. As a matter of fact, we absolutely do not recommend doing that. Just know that your initial focus will be on one product, but not just any old product. It starts with the right product, and that's the secret to building a brand. So if I were building a new camping brand like this, I'd start with the axe. With the gardening brand, I'd start with the pruning shears. Now, if you want to know why I start with those specific products, then this is where you need to stick around for just a minute, and I'll show you exactly how I choose them and how you can build your own brand and choose which products to start with as well. But first, with this baby brand, I'd start with the stroller liner. So guys, who here wants to learn more about this? Who here wants to understand how to pick products, how to build out these brands, how to generate this success on Amazon? Give me some feedback in that chat box. Let me know you're listening. Let me know you're here. And we will push forward. So I've got Simone saying yes, please. We've got Hamono saying yes, Kimberly saying me, Leslie saying yes, Simone saying great stuff, Nick, yes, Diana, how do you choose? Diana, you're about to find out. Cool, let's move on. So just to give you perspective, here are some of the brands that I'm involved in. So I took this screenshot yesterday, I think. Let's have a look at the date range. Let me get my pointer out. So yeah, cool. You can see the date range here. So it was taken yesterday on the 18th of August. It's a 30-day screenshot, and you can see in this brand we've done $170,000 in the last 30 days. This is a different brand here, $102,000. Another brand here, again, screenshot taken yesterday. These are different Amazon accounts. We do about $300,000 a month in this brand. This brand here, we had a stock issue with this one, but we still did $162,000 with half the products out of stock. Another brand here, $121,000. All of these taken yesterday and are 30-day periods, 30-day screenshots. And if you think, oh, that's great, Dan, you're an expert, you know what you're doing. Here are some of our students' results. So you can see our students here, $39,000 in a month, $18,000, $123,000 from Gala there. Travis doing $56,000 in 2 days, and Travis was one of the students that Annabelle talked about who's recently sold the business. We've got a newer student here, newer member here doing $3,000 in the first 10 days of launch, and a member here claiming their $250,000 a month badge. Now, you might be thinking, well, why Amazon? And we need to quickly talk one more time about why myself and every $1 million seller, myself, Tatiana, why we know have trained, have all started their business on Amazon. There's a specific reason why we use Amazon. Amazon brings you customers. We've talked about that. There's 200 million of them. Amazon also hosts, quote unquote, your website. So your product is listed on Amazon. But most importantly, Amazon ships your product. You don't have to do anything. So basically, Amazon does a lot, so you have to do a little. And this is what we love about Amazon. You see, when you look at the business model you'll be learning, at the top of it is you, and your job is to find a product and build your own brand that you can grow, turn it into a cash producing machine, and eventually sell it for a significant amount of money if you choose to. Now, the next part of the business are your customers. Over 200 million of them shopping on Amazon every single month. You're going to learn how to find a supplier whose job it is to make the products for you and send them to Amazon. And finally, at the center of all this is Amazon, who takes care of everything else, such as receiving and storing your products, collecting payments from customers, picking your products from their warehouse, packing your products into shipping boxes, shipping your products to their customers, handling all the product returns, handling most of the customer service. You only have to do a little bit of that, pays you by direct deposit every 2 weeks into your bank account, and even runs some advertising for you. So now, even though you'll be starting your business on Amazon at any time in the future, you can expand your business into other areas and other markets, and everything else that you've built, your brand, your customers, your supplier, making this a great business to expand in the future. But we strongly recommend and know to start on Amazon.com. So Amazon.com is the biggest Amazon marketplace. It has the most demand. It's set up the best to generate success. And for anyone starting, we strongly, strongly recommend starting on Amazon.com. Now, you may be thinking, can I sell from my country? I know we have people, many people here like myself, who don't live in America. We're not from America. So for those guys that are on the call that are international, the answer is yes. You can pretty much sell on Amazon.com from anywhere in the world. In fact, Amazon just updated the list of countries that you can sell on in June. It's a big old list like this. And to make it easier, there are only 7 countries you can't sell from. So if you reside in any one of these 7 countries, these are the only countries that you can't sell on Amazon.com from. If you're not on this list, then you absolutely can sell on Amazon.com. And it's very easy to get set up and to do so. So guys, do you want to learn how to make thousands of dollars per month on Amazon? Give me a yes in the chat box, and we're actually going to push forward now on how to pick products, how to launch them, how to create your listing, and how we get this business set up. Leslie saying yes, Kimberly saying yes, Simone saying yes. Awesome, guys. So it's a simple 4-step process. Step 1, we need to choose your product. Step 2, we're going to go ahead and source that product. Step 3, we're going to launch that product. And step 4, we're going to multiply your sales and your profits. And feel free to take a screenshot anytime through this training and make sure you're writing all of this down. Okay, so step 1, choosing your product. Your first product will be your start of your brand. Now, you only need 3 products to build $1 million business on Amazon. Just 3 products. And ask yourself, do you believe that you can put the effort in, you can put the work in to pick 3 products? Now, the initial inventory and marketing investment of $5,000 can turn into this. This is an account over a year. This is actually, this is over a year. So from June 2020 to June 2021, as you can see here, you can see $1.4 million generated in that year's period. Or this one here, this just again, June to June, $4.2 million in a single year, generated from just 3 products in the account. And best of all, Amazon pays you every 2 weeks. Now, at the end of the map, at the end of this game, is a brand made up of 3 products, selling every day on Amazon. But as I said, you don't start with all 3. In the first 6 months, your goal is to launch your first product. And then once you've started making sales and profits, the next stop on your roadmap is to launch product number 2 in months 7 through 9. And then once both of those products are selling and bringing in profit, that's when you launch the 3rd product of your brand. That's how you build a multi-million-dollar brand and business, 1 product at a time, slowly but surely over the next 12 months. Now, our goal with these products is 25% profit. That's kind of the average profit margin that we're looking for here. So $250,000 per year. And in 2 to 3 years, you can sell this business for millions of dollars very, very easily. As you can see, Annabelle went through some of the headlines. It doesn't take long to search Google to find about how much money Wall Street is putting into this industry right now, and how many friends around me are becoming multimillionaires through selling their brands. Just 3 products. Now, luckily, Amazon sells over 350 million products for you to choose from. So how do we find products? I want you to go ahead and actually do this with me live. I want you to sort of go through this activity, writing this down on a piece of paper in front of you. Don't come off the presentation, but just write this down on a piece of paper in front of you. I want you to write down a few interests or activities that you have. So maybe hobbies or pastimes, maybe a professional career that you're involved in that you really enjoy. Write down a few things, maybe cycling, boxing, painting, arts and crafts. Think of anything like that, beauty, if you're into beauty, anything like that. And then we're going to search for relevant physical products and choose 3 to make up the brand. So if you write down a list of interests like hiking, cooking, camping, whatever that might be for you, everyone's got loads of interests, yoga, pets, maybe it's your kids. And then you match that with search intent terms like gear, accessories, tools, gadgets, stuff, gifts. And by combining any 2 of these, so hiking gear, camping tools, yoga stuff, pet gifts, Amazon's going to present lots of product opportunity for you to look through. So if we go to Amazon and search for hiking gear, you can see a bunch of products coming up here, all potential good products to sell on Amazon. Cooking gadgets, as you can see here, baby accessories, all coming through there. So once you've written down a few interests or activities and searched for relevant physical products, it's time to choose 3 to make up your brand. But which 3 are we going to choose, and what are the most important ones? Now, your 3 products are going to be made up of a starter product, growth product, and a dream product. So remember we said about starting with 1 product, that's your starter product. And then about halfway through that 12-month process, you launch the second product, that's your growth product. And then towards the end of that 12-month process, that's the dream product. And we look to build these 3 products and create a brand on Amazon. So as you can see here, baby accessories. You might be asking, well, how do I do this? How am I going to pick these products? Now I'm going to show you how to cheat, essentially, using a simple tool that we liked it so much, we actually went ahead and invested in the company. But this tool really does make everything a hell of a lot easier when it comes to picking profitable products to sell on Amazon. And that tool is a tool called Zoof. So who here understands what Google Chrome is, your internet browser, Google Chrome? You have to use this tool with Google Chrome, and it installs a Chrome extension. And all you've got to do, if you go to zoof.com/14 free, do that after the training, don't do that right now. That's going to give you a 14-day free trial of this, so you can actually go ahead and start picking products straight away. And then it's going to install a little widget within your Google Chrome browser that when you search Amazon, it's going to start telling us some very important things. So once you search Amazon for, say, baby accessories, like you can see at the top there, what Zoof will do is tell us exactly how much money each one of these products is generating per month, how much sales revenue each product is generating per month. So you can see this top one here, this top car mirror, is doing $158,000 a month from that one product. This one here, these gel teether keys from the baby accessory search, $79,000 every single month. So this tool is really, really good. It's a way of just seeing exactly how much revenue each product's doing, and allows us to pick products with complete ease and with criteria that I'm about to give you. So is everyone following along? Give me a number 5 in the chat box if this is making sense to you. If you're following along and you're sort of excited by the opportunity of being able to go ahead and find products on Amazon using Zoof. So we've got Leslie, yes, we've got Daniel, Stefan, Simone, Diana, Dion, who else we got there? Kimberly, Bra, Holly, Danisha, awesome guys. So your 3 products, here are the criteria, and this is the one slide that you want to take a screenshot of or write down. Your starter product, you're looking for products priced between $17 and $100. The revenue range is $10,000 to $25,000, and you're looking for less than 1,000 reviews. Your growth product, $17 to $100. And the reason that it's 17 is anything less than 17, there's not enough money, there's not enough profit to really cover all the costs and make good money. And anything over $100 typically is a bit more expensive to buy. With your growth products, revenue 25,000 to 50,000. And with your dream products, more than $17 and revenue more than 50,000. Now you'll notice the most important difference there in the starter product is we're looking for products with less than 1,000 reviews. That is the determination of competition on Amazon. And we want to see a product in those search results with less than 1,000 reviews, as that tells us that we can enter the market. That tells us it's not too competitive for us to enter that market and start selling that product on Amazon. So quickly write that down, take a screenshot, do what you need to do there. But these are the criteria that when searching Amazon using Zoof, we look for when searching for products. Cool. So as you can see here, this brand of baby products, these 3 baby products here, generating $184,000 a month. And as you can see, Zoof giving us those numbers there. $184,000 per month is $2.2 million a year $2.2 million from selling 3 products on Amazon. Now, you may be thinking that's all great, but how much profit is in these products? So the potential profit of this, the selling price of this product is $49.99, this baby car seat liner. It roughly does, and obviously this fluctuates throughout the year, but it roughly does 525 units per month in sales. And the product costs $8.80, and I've also included $2 for shipping there to get it over from China. Amazon's fees at 15%, plus their pick and pack fee, come in at about $19.56 on the sale. That means this product is generating $10,000 or $10,836 every single month in profit. Now, you may be wondering, how do I know that this costs $8.80? Well, that brings us on to step 2. So is everyone with me on step 1 in terms of finding a product, using Zooth, looking for that criteria and looking for those products that are in that revenue range with less than 1,000 reviews as an entry point, as a starting point for that first product to start creating our brand? Give me some feedback in the chat box. Got a thumbs up from Hamino. Awesome. So step 2 is to source it. Now, when it comes to finding a supplier for your products, the only site you really need is Alibaba.com. It's this site right here. Manufacturers for almost all products sold on Amazon can be found on this one single place, and it's as simple as using Amazon. You maybe have even come across it yourself, or maybe AliExpress. For example, when we search stroller liner, you'll see that Alibaba shows us 1,161 different suppliers for this one single product. And all you need to do is scroll through that list, find one that looks the closest to the product that you want to sell, and then check out the prices that they will charge for them. Now, we can see right here that we have one supplier willing to sell their stroller liner for anywhere from $5.80 to $6.80, and they'll even let you order as few as one of them and check them out. Now, once you find something looking promising, you'll want to contact that supplier right here on the website. So once you click into that listing, there's a contact button, and it's kind of like Facebook Messenger. You can kind of message back and forth within the platform. And you want to contact them and ask them for a quote at however many you'll be looking to start off with, typically around 500 units you'll start with. And then let them know what you'll also want to include, some basic packaging for each product. You'll want to put your logo on that product and just have a conversation and get that pricing. Now, while most products can be found on Alibaba, products that either go in your body or on your skin are usually sold in the US. So we want to buy them locally to where we're selling. And they can be found by doing a simple Google search. Think of beauty creams or vitamins and supplements as the main types of products you'd want to search for in the US. And then you type in that type of product you're looking for with the words private label. So as you can see here, private label collagen powder, 815,000 results, with many results being advertising results, lots of local manufacturers who can make that for you locally in the US. Now, once you've gotten quotes from Alibaba and Google, you can use that information to estimate how much profit you can make off each product you sell. Now, to do this, we use a tool called the Amazon FBA Revenue Calculator, and you can find that by doing a simple Google search as well. When you put it up, you enter your product you're looking to sell, and then 2 more pieces of information. You want to enter the price that you'll be selling it at, so you can see that $49.99 at the top, and the cost of the product. So that's what we got from Alibaba. Now, even though that we found this between $5.80 and $6.80, I'm going to assume that we're going to get the higher price of $6.80 and also add in $2 each for shipping. And once we do that, Amazon then gives us the exact profit that you can expect to make off each sale. So in this situation, it's almost 41% profit margin and $20.60 in profit for each unit that you sell, $20 for every single unit that you sell. Now, some important tips here. You want to sell a high quality product because on Amazon, as you know, the first and last thing you look at are the reviews, and happy customers equal more sales because happy customers equal more reviews. Now, you'll need to create and own the brand. You don't want to sell someone else's. So if we look at these products here, you'll notice they all look the same, but then if you look at each product, you'll see they've got a different logo on them. That's because each one of these is an individual brand. And back to that baby line, you can see where it says upper baby there. that's an individual brand to the person that owns that. So when it comes to creating a brand, you want to think of a potential brand name for your market, try and align it with your customer. Check for a .com domain. You can use GoDaddy.com or Namecheap.com, and then do a quick Google search for the USA trademark database and just make sure that it's not trademarked. You want to get a logo created. Best place to do that, Fiverr.com or 99designs.com if you want to spend a little bit more. You can literally get a logo done for about $15, $20 on Fiverr.com. And then get packaging designed. Your manufacturer can do this for free. The guys over in China will actually do this for you. Or if you want to spend a bit more and get a better design, then you can go to 99designs or Fiverr.com and they'll also do your packaging for you. Now, you may be thinking, sort of people, why would they buy from your brand? Maybe you're worried that people won't buy your brand. Don't be. Unless you're Apple, people aren't tied to brands on Amazon. They buy what they see on Amazon. And we're going to show you how to be seen next. So think about how you shop on Amazon. You're not really thinking about who the brand is or who they are. You're looking at the reviews, you're looking at the price, and you're looking whether the product fits your needs. You're not really looking at who the brand are. So if people are buying what they see on Amazon, then it begs the question, how do we get seen? And that brings us on to step 3. Now, quick check-in before we move on to step 3. Who feels confident that using the product criteria in Zooth, they can find a product, and then going to Alibaba, they can find a supplier, start a conversation and get some pricing there and make sure that it's profitable. So I've got Kimberly saying, yes, perfect. I've got Laria saying, yes, absolutely. And we've got Leslie, Holly, Katie, Yolanda, Chris, all saying, yes, absolutely. Cool. So step 3 is launching your product. Now, after you get your product ready for sale on Amazon, the next step is to make it show up on Amazon for sale. Now, just having it there on Amazon isn't quite enough. We have to go through a process called launching a product. So you see, if we search taco holders here, we want our product, our taco holders, to show up in the top results on Amazon so that people see the product, click on the product, and then buy that product. If your product is down on page 5, then the chances are I'm not going to buy that product, because who scrolls past page 1 or 2 on Amazon? Now, to get that product seen on Amazon, you do that using our proven launch and rank formula. Step 1 in our launch formula is to discover the best search terms for your product. So you know when you type taco holder into Amazon or baby accessories, that's known as a search term. That's the search term that you as a customer, you as a shopper are entering onto Amazon. Step 2 is to create a powerful product listing. So we need to make the listing look really good. And then step 3, use those same search terms in advertising. And step 4, drive targeted sales with cashback offers. So a very simple 4-step process, and we can get our product showing up live on Amazon. So if we go ahead to step 1, and let's say we're selling a set of taco holders and search Amazon for taco holders, what you'll see is inside of the titles, so you can see there's 4 products here, and if you look at the titles, you'll see taco holder stand set of 6, taco holder set of 4, taco holder stand set of 4. There's lots of search terms that professional sellers on Amazon include in their title, because that carries the most weight with Amazon, and that tells you exactly what search terms customers are using. You'll also see them at the start of bullet points and within the bullet points. So taco holder, restaurant grade, taco stand, stainless steel taco holders, taco shell holders. You'll see this showing up all over listings, and all you want to do is go through and start writing all of these different terms down. Amazon will also suggest a number of search terms. So when you type taco holder, it'll suggest 10 more terms. You want to write those down. And also look at your competitors' listings reviews. You'll notice that Amazon even tells you what people are searching the most and what they're saying the most in reviews. And all of these make really good search terms. This is how people are finding products. And these are the terms that you want to show up for. Now, a really important point here. The longer the search term, the easier it is to rank. The longer the search term, the easier it is to rank. So you can see here with tacker holder, Amazon's suggesting a number of searches here, and these are driven by demand. So they only show up here if a lot of people are searching them. So you can see we've got tacker holder stand, tacker holder stainless steel set at 2. But I really like this one here, tacker holder stainless steel set at 4. So yes, they're tacker holders. The customer's telling us exactly that they want stainless steel ones, and they're telling us exactly they want set of 4. So if I sell a set of 4 stainless steel tacker holders, this is the keyword and the search term that I would go after, because it's longer, it's going to have more specific buying intent, and it's going to be easier to show up for. Now, once you've completed your keyword research, that's what that process is known as, sort of looking for search terms, the search terms or keywords. Once you've completed that keyword research process, the next step is to create a powerful product listing. Now, to do that, you want to put that main keyword that you're going to target near the beginning of your title. So as you can see here in the tacker holders here, tacker holder stainless steel set of 4, you can see that exact search term that we just chose. We've put that right at the beginning of our title. That's really important. You then want to include other keywords in your bullet points, your description, and when writing the listing, focus on the benefits of the product. So you can see here, this one I wrote, no more messy tacos, no sharp edges restaurant grade, because that was something I saw many people complaining about, was the sharpness of them. More time eating, less time cleaning, obviously talking to the mom there or the dad who's making tacos, the convenience of it all. More cupboard space because they stack on top of each other, and the third family promise. So you can see very benefit-led, talking about the benefits of that product in their life. You want to then really create high quality images that include lifestyle photos of your product being used. If your product is intended at a family, then make sure you're including a picture of a family in that photo. And the main image on your listing is the most important. That's the thing that's going to win the click from the search results. Now, when you put that product live, you want to get 5 to 10 reviews as quickly as possible. And to do this, to be honest, friends are the easiest option. Have friends order your product, say, hey, I've started a new business, I've launched my tacker holders on Amazon. Can you go ahead and order them for me, use them, and let me know what you think, and get those friends to leave a review. Now, about a year ago or so, Amazon also released this brand new tool that makes this a lot easier as well. So on every single order, there's this button that says request a review, and Amazon actually emails the customers for you and asks for a review for you. So you click that button, they request a review, and that also helps you generate more reviews in your business. So we've discovered the best search terms by looking at our competitors. We've then included those search terms when creating our Amazon listing. Step 3 is to use those same search terms in advertising. So on Amazon, similar to Google, there are advertising ads. You'll see them at the top of the search results. The type that we use are called sponsored product ads. So inside of the Amazon dashboard that you get access to, you click sponsored products, you set your daily budget, around $10 a day is a good starting point, and then you select manual targeting. You select your product because it's your products that you want to advertise. And then you go ahead, type your keyword, tacker holder, and you add in all of the suggestions that Amazon gives you. Now you're going to remove obvious ones that aren't relevant, like dinosaur. Like I'm selling a set of 4 stainless steel. I'm not selling a dinosaur, so we'd remove that one. But you go ahead and enter relevant keywords, and then Amazon will basically tell you all the keywords that are in your campaign and how much you'll pay per click for each one. Once we've got the advertising set up, the fourth and final step to the process that really speeds this whole thing up, and you can have products showing up in literally 3 or 4 days, is this cashback offer. Now, this is kind of top secret. This is what all of the best sellers in the industry are doing, and this is how we rank products on Amazon and get them shown at the top of Amazon. Now, you may be thinking, what are cashback offers? So cashback offers are when you offer your customer 100% product cashback in exchange for purchasing your product on Amazon. Now, Amazon, this is also known as a rebate, but this is not to ask them to review the product. We're not asking for reviews at this point. This is simply to help promote the launch of your new product. And this has been used in retail for years. Who here has been to Walmart, has bought some stuff, and then has been given a $100 coupon or a $50 coupon? That there is a rebate, that there is a cashback offer. Or maybe when you've been to festivals or events and you see energy companies giving out free energy drinks. It's the exact same retail strategy. We're just applying it to the Amazon platform to build awareness of our product and start generating some sales. Now, the secret to making this process effective is asking your customers to first search for your product before buying it. So if I launch those tacker holders and my keyword is tacker holder stainless steel set of 4, I would ask my friends to go ahead and search Amazon for tacker holder stainless steel set of 4. Tell them to find my product, so give them a photo of your product, take a screenshot of the listing, and then you want them to click on your listing and then purchase it. Doing this helps Amazon know what keywords to better show your product for. Now, you may be thinking, well, I don't have too many friends that I'd like to ask to do this. Facebook's actually a really good place to get this done. You can simply put out a post like my good friend Mike here did. Hi, everyone. I just decided to start a brand new business and have launched my very own brand of products on Amazon. I'd really love for you to help me launch and test it. I'll even pay for the order myself if you'd be willing to help me out. Just comment below or shoot me a message and I'll give you the details. And then when they do message you, which I'll go through in a second, you just give them the information. Now, if you don't want to put this on your actual Facebook, then Facebook groups are really good. So if your product is to do with cycling, go join a cycling group. If your product is to do with cooking, go join a cooking group. Go join the group where your customers are hanging out and ask them to do it for you. I promise you, everyone wants a free product. Now, when they message you, you just give them very specific instructions. Go to Amazon, search for tacker holder stainless steel set of 4, find my product, picture attached, order it, and then I can send you the money here in Facebook. It's really easy. Or give me your PayPal and I can do it there. And for those that don't know, you can actually send money through Facebook Messenger. It's really easy. You just add your credit card in. And then you can go ahead and send it and it goes directly into their account. Now, you want to go ahead and do this 5 times a day for your main keyword until your product appears on page 1. It's 5 times a day. That's all it takes. So the best thing to do here, go into a Facebook group, build up a list of people that say yes, and then say, okay, I'm going to give it to you on Monday, I'm going to give it to you on Tuesday, you on Wednesday, you on Thursday, and just go through that process. Normally it takes about a week to get that product to show up. And then you move to your next keyword. It's as simple as that. You just do this process over and over and over again until your product is showing up at the top of Amazon with lots of keywords, continually hitting that request a review button to build the reviews. And that's how we launch products on Amazon and start generating these sales. So guys, how are you liking the training so far? Give me some feedback. Do you believe that selling on Amazon will give you the life that you want? Give me some feedback in that chat box. Leslie saying great info. Daniel saying yes. Stefan saying yes. Yolanda saying absolutely. Denisha saying that's really smart. Thank you, Denisha. Daniel saying just a matter of time. Katie, yes. Simone, really great opportunity. Chris, I definitely agree. Dennis, it's interesting. Holly saying yes, absolutely. Thank you for that feedback, guys. So far, step 1, we choose a product. Step 2, we source it. And when coming to sourcing it, we're looking for a product with low competition, enough demand, and good profit potential. Remember, like this one here, where we use the Amazon FBA calculator, simply going to Alibaba, finding a supplier that has a similar product, talking to them and getting a price. Step 3, launching it, using that 4-step process. So discovering the best search terms for your product, creating a powerful product listing, including that keyword at the start of the title in your bullets, creating good images, using those same search terms in advertising, and then driving targeted sales with cashback offers, asking your friends to do that. Step 4 is then simply a process of rinsing and repeating to multiply your sales and profits. So we're starting with the axe, then moving on to the blanket, then moving on to the paracord. With this baby brand, starting with the car liner, moving on to the swaddle blanket, then onto the white warmers. This gardening brand, starting with the shears, then moving on to the lantern, then moving on to this herb garden. You start with the least competitive product with the goal of selling 10 units per day. 10 units a day is all you're targeting. We have products that do hundreds of units a day. You're starting and targeting 10 units per day. And if you follow this training, that should happen well within 6 months. And once you're selling 10 units a day, you then simply use the profits from your first product to start your second one. And the goal, within 6 to 9 months, Once the second product is selling 30 units a day, use the profits from both products to start your third one. So 6 months, product 1, 10 sales a day. 9 months, product 2, 30 sales a day. 12 months, product 3, doing 60 sales a day. That's a total of 100 sales per day across 3 products. And if we take that 100 and times it by 365 days in the year, and then times it by an average selling price of $30, that's $1,095,000 every single year from 3 products that you've sourced and launched over a 12-month period. Now, if we take that 25% profit margin, that's $250,000 in annual profit. And physical product businesses are sold on average from 3 to 5 times their annual profits. And that number's actually going up at the moment, but from 3 to 5 times that profit number. So someone like Tatiana, who you're going to meet shortly, sold her business and she will have got a multiple. She will have got a multiple of her annual profits. So if we take the average or the median number there, and we take a 4, times it by that $250,000, that's how you sell this business for $1 million. And really start creating that life of intention and doing whatever it is that you want to do in life, whatever you want to do day to day, whatever your version of happiness is. This is the vehicle to get you there. So just like our member here saying, I just wanted to share I got my $50,000 badge, followed by my $100,000 badge, or as Channing did, earning over $500,000 a month in revenue. And Channing's a very good friend of mine. I'll actually be in Mexico with her in a couple of weeks. Recently selling the business alongside her husband, Justin, for a multiple 7-figure sum, very, very quickly and very easily. You've seen the headlines that Annabelle showed. Wall Street is currently investing billions of dollars into this industry, buying up all of these Amazon brands. Or our member here talking about over 3,000 in less than 7 days getting started. And this one was quite interesting. This was sort of middle of last year during the lockdown. Nothing to do with COVID. It wasn't a pandemic product at all. But you can see there, Jamie was able to generate $1 million in a single month selling on Amazon. And you can see Jamie celebrating with his daughter here as he hit that $1 million month. Absolutely crazy. Or Anna, who again, actually I'm in Aruba with next week. Anna was able to sell her business. Or a good friend of mine, Michelle Benton, if you search her name, she's actually also in the BBC. They did an article on her. I sold my business for 7-figure amounts. It's ideal for anyone who wants to escape the 9-to-5 rat race and dreams of running their own business. Well, Leah and David Cups, as Annabelle said, a young couple who sold their business for well over 7 figures. And while most of our members start with between 1,000 and 2,500 in inventory, these guys started with less than $500 in inventory. So I want you to know what's possible in this industry, especially with this training and everything we've gone through. You only have to look at Leah and David to see what's possible. And they've now done this 3 times. They've now built and sold 3 businesses for multiple millions of dollars. Or Devin and Katie DeRoche, they've actually got a brand called Grillaholics that you can find on Amazon. And these guys landed on the Inc. 5000 list, number 811, as the 811th fastest growing company in America through their physical product brand on Amazon. Now, who here knows this brand? Who here knows Anchor? Give me a yes in the chat box. If you know this brand, maybe you've bought a charger, maybe some cables, maybe you've seen this brand before. Yeah, Stefan saying yes. Jay Rennie saying yes, absolutely. Katie, yeah. Now, Anchor is actually a company that got started following the same business model that you've learned about today. They started by selling and focusing 100% their own brand on Amazon. They didn't do any retail. They didn't do their own website. They did none of that. They just started on Amazon. And they've done so well that they've now gone public. They did an IPO and they're floating on the stock market. And they're now on target to do over $1 billion in sales this year. To me, this just shows how powerful creating a brand and selling on Amazon can be. $1 billion company was started just a few years ago by following the same model that I've taught you today. And that model is private label plus Amazon. But guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Whilst I've endeavored to cover the entire business model and give you the step-by-step on exactly what you need to do to research your product, to source products, and launch that product on Amazon and start generating sales, there is obviously a lot more to it. There's so much more detail below the surface, with the potential of making a few mistakes. So at this point, you really have two options. Option one is you can do this yourself. You can watch YouTube videos, and there's lots of YouTube content out there. You can join Facebook groups and potentially make costly mistakes and waste your time, because there's a lot of bad information out there as well. There's a lot of really misinformed information out there. Or step two, you can let us help you and show you exactly how to build a successful Amazon FBA private label business step by step. Which option do you think is going to be the fastest route to success? Option one or option two? Following people that have been there, done it, have figured all this stuff out, have made all those mistakes before, or attempting to do it yourself with no feedback, following random people on YouTube, jumping into random Facebook groups? Which option do you think is going to give you more success? Yeah, Nick saying two, Stefan saying two, Leslie saying two, Carlos, of course. The fastest way to generate success, and I've learned this myself, is find someone that's been there and done it before and do what they did. That's the fastest way. It's called modeling. Tony Robbins talks about that a lot. You see, here's what we call the critical loop for success, to getting from setting your goal to actually achieving that goal. Now, first off, you need a good, solid plan. Along that plan, you're inevitably going to make some mistakes. You have to learn from those mistakes and then persevere through those mistakes, update your plan, and keep going. And if you work with us, we can help you make this so much better and so much faster. We can help you come up with a better plan. We can help you avoid the mistakes because we've made all the same mistakes ourselves. We can teach you what we've learned. And then more importantly, we can hold you accountable to persevering so you actually go out there and achieve your goal. So here's what I know it's going to take for you to be successful with this business. First, number one, you need a proven system to follow. Number two, you need experts to get help from. Number three, you need a great environment for success, surrounding yourself by the right people with the right mindset. They're on the same journey as you, people that get it, people that understand what you're going through. And you need the right tools and resources that really give you an unfair advantage. We've taken all of this and thought about every possible thing that could go wrong, and we've put it inside of a program that we call Amazing Selling Machine, or ASM for short. ASM is built to achieve the results that you want, to help you gain financial security, never having to depend on a job again, creating a reliable source of income and wealth, as we've demonstrated, building a business that you're proud of. This was a big one for me. Saving thousands of hours with a step-by-step program, no figuring it out, no watching some old disjointed YouTube videos, step-by-step, over the shoulder, exactly which buttons to click. Gaining complete clarity and confidence in knowing exactly what you need to do, no questioning, no guessing. Ultimately, creating the life you want far faster and far easier today, creating that freedom of choice. And this is attainable literally within the next 12 months, and you can be up and selling very quickly and starting to see that success come through. As Warren Buffett says, the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. How many times have you sat there and thought, you have that inner feeling, that inner desire, that inner burning, knowing that you're destined for more, you're destined for greater things. You see people on Instagram traveling, you see all this stuff on social media, yet you're tied to your job, you're doing the rat race, you're getting up every morning, going through that process. I'm here to tell you that there is a different way, and you are able to achieve it, but you have to take the action, you have to put the work in, and I'm giving you the blueprint to do that here today. So here's some proof that I know this is the answer for you. We've been doing this for over 8 years now, helping people like you succeed. Our students have generated over $9 billion in total tracked sales, and we know that number's a lot more. That's just what we could track. And we've worked with some of the world's top business leaders, like Damon John. I was actually on a similar training with Damon John just a couple of months ago. Richard Branson, Matt had Richard on stage over in Vegas, and Richard came because he knows and believes in what we're doing. We've had Sarah Blakely of Spanx. Sarah spoke at one of our events, saw what we were doing, felt very passionate about it, and came to speak at one of our events. And Robert Kiyosaki, author of the #1 financial independence book of all time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert actually promotes ASM, and amazing because he believes in what we're doing and has seen the results over the last 8 years and all of the success that we've been able to generate for our members. We've also been featured in all these places: Forbes, Entrepreneur, Success, Business Insider, CNBC, and we have over 35,000 members who are all active in this business generating success. Success like George here, who was able to generate $25,000 a month and go traveling, or another member here doing $100,000 a month. And now it's your turn. That's the goal. That's my goal for you. Now it's your turn. ASM is created by real experts, myself, Matt, Mike, Rich, the whole team of mentors, and backed by a team of over 50 people. ASM is a full package of step-by-step training, resources, and direct support to make sure that you succeed. So who here wants to know what's included with ASM Evolution? Give me a yes in the chat box if you want me to go through exactly what's included and how we're going to help you get set up and how we're going to get you set up in this business. So Dinah's saying yes, Daniel saying yes, Leslie saying yes. Awesome, guys. So first off, you get the online web class. So the online web class is every step of success laid out step by step, kind of like Netflix. You're over 160 lessons, 8 modules, 50 hours of content that you can watch anytime, anywhere, and you will build your business step by step as you do that. With ASM, once you become a member, you get free updates for life. So myself, Mike, Matt, we're continuously updating this training, releasing major updates every single year and then updating it throughout the year because things change and the strategies change and the tactics change, and we make sure that we keep you ahead of that and we're constantly updating with what's working now. In module 1, we're going to go really in depth through product selection, much deeper than what we went today, to make sure that you choose the right product, because the right product is what sets you up for success. If you choose the wrong product, then this business can be quite difficult, but we're going to help you choose the right product and get you set up. In module 2, we're going to walk you through how to set up the Amazon account and how to set up the business that runs that Amazon account. But from no matter where you are in the world, we'll help you get set up. Module 3, we're going to help you find your suppliers and create that brand. So we're going to show you how to find good quality suppliers, how to talk to them, how to get those pricing, how to negotiate the best prices to create the most profit. And I'll also talk you through how to create the brand, how to design the brand, how to make a good brand that stands out from your competition and win those clicks. In step 4, we go through the pre-launch foundation. So this is things like creating your social media profiles, we create a web page, and really get your brand set up for success. Module 5, we're going to go through launching your product in module 5 and 6, helping you get set up and get that product shown on Amazon, start generating sales as quickly as possible. In module 6 and 7, we have the easy Amazon ads formula. I'm going to teach you exactly how to use the Amazon advertising platform and generate success with exactly what's working now. And then in module 7 and 8, we're looking to scale profits and then use even more advanced marketing tactics to continue to grow sales into the numbers that I showed you here today. So why is this important? Well, we go through how to reduce risk by choosing the right product to start with. Again, choosing the wrong product can really set you off on the wrong foot and cost you a lot of money. We go through how to calculate the perfect amount of inventory to order so you don't over-invest in this business. We want to get set up, but we don't want to over-invest and overexpose. We walk you through how to launch your product to page 1 of Amazon and how to get your brand discovered fast. Speed to market is super important in this game, and we're going to show you step by step how to get to market, how to get that product showing up and selling quickly on Amazon. And finally, we're going to take you through how to run this business from anywhere in the world, automating a lot of it, and how to start outside of the US if you are outside of the US. So that's the online web class. That's everything you get as part of the step-by-step training program. It's a members area that you can access on demand anytime. Now, the second thing you get is the ASM mentors. In this business, you need a team. You need a team around you, people that have been there and done it before. We have over 21 real experts who are all active sellers, have been around a long time, and on average, sell $1.8 million every single year each on Amazon. This is just one of our mentors' accounts. And as you can see, $3.3 million generated in a 12-month period there. And we have 21 of these mentors to support you, to help you break through obstacles, get correct answers fast, save time, and ultimately avoid mistakes. As you get into this business, you're going to be learning a lot, you're going to be clicking a lot of buttons, and there's a lot of mistakes you can make. And if you go at this on your own, you likely will make them. But when you work with us, the mentors are going to keep you right. Inside of our community, they're going to give you very specific advice. So Anna here, Anna was at $400,000 a month, has recently sold her business actually, but as you can see, very specific advice around what to do with advertising there. Now, the third thing you get access to alongside the mentor program is the private members only community. It takes more than tactics to be successful in this business. There's a few moving parts, and there's a few things that you need to be on top of. Inside of the ASM community, this is a private members only community. We have over 35,000 members active, 138 countries spanning, and over 5,800 weekly interactions. You can spend hours just going through this, picking up little pieces of advice, and anytime you get stuck, you simply post in this community, and you're going to get immediate answers and immediate feedback to what you need to do next. It's also there to give you motivation and hold you accountable. We know that if we hold you accountable, you're 95% more likely to be successful. That's a scientific study. You can search it on Google. And we're here to hold you accountable and to keep you motivated, teach you the latest and newest tactics. And that's what our community is about. It's about sharing the knowledge and keeping each other accountable. The fourth thing you get access to is the private resource vault. There's over $10,000 in proven resources available in this vault. These are the very same service providers, the very same professionals, the very same services that we are using in our businesses, all vetted and tested by ourselves. There's over 61 resources available in the vault. As I said, saving you time, money, and stress, working with proven vendors that we know deliver results. The fifth thing you get access to, and possibly one of the most powerful, is the ASM software suite. Now, data is power, but it also can be overwhelming. So we really help you with that, and through our automation suite, do a lot of the work for you. So you get access to the Zoof Product Opportunity Finder, plus 14 other really powerful, 16 other powerful tools. And within the full version of Zoof, there's a lot more data points available for finding those products. You get access to something we built called the Product Analyzer that automatically analyzes all the products that you're looking at and tells you which one is the best product. It tells you which product to launch. We've also a tool called the Perfect Keyword Tool. You literally upload your products, and this tool tells you which keywords, which search terms you should be launching. You get access to the Rapid Product Launcher. No one else has this. In the click of a button, remember that process of asking your friends to order your products, that cashback process, that rebate process? Yes, you can go to Facebook, and yes, you can do that manually, or you can put your products into our Rapid Product Launcher, click go and enjoy your life for 7 days, a week, or 10 days, come back, and this has done it for you. A completely automated solution for ranking and launching your products on Amazon. You literally set it up, click go, come back a week later, and your product is ranked on Amazon. In addition to that, you get access to something called the Amazon Category Guide, which makes product selection and product research a lot easier. There's a list of over 34,000 potential product opportunities in this. And as I said, there's 16 other tools inside of Zoof that you get access to that really make your life a lot easier, make this process a lot faster, and to be honest, give you a complete unfair advantage over your competition. Those that use our tools achieve better success because they have access to much bigger data points and much bigger automation than anyone trying to do this alone on Amazon. Now, the sixth thing you get access to is the Results Coaching Program. The Results Coaching Program includes an onboarding call. So when you join ASM, you get an onboarding call to help you get set up and make sure you know where you are. Weekly check-ins to ensure that you're moving along in the business and you're stuck at any point. And then some very special bonuses that we released recently that pretty much hold your hand the entire way. The first one is the free product evaluation. This is valued at $997. People pay $1,000 for this normally. Prior to placing your order, you could submit the final product you're planning to launch, and we will review and provide feedback on that product's viability. What you can expect: if it looks like a good opportunity, we'll tell you. If not, we'll also let you know and tell you why it's a bad opportunity so you don't make that mistake of proceeding with that product. Very, very valuable. We're going to do a human intervention and check your product is a good product. The second, once you've created your listing, is the product listing review. Again, people pay $497 for this. We're going to have your listing reviewed by an Amazon expert copywriter for maximum sales and search visibility. We're going to ensure that you've got all those keywords in there and that your listing is written well. When it comes to launching your product, valued at $997, again, people pay this. Once you're ready for your product to launch, one of our mentors will join you on a one-on-one strategy session. We'll review your keywords, your price point, your coupon strategy, and your first PPC campaign so that you can launch your product profitably from the start. And then next is your PPC review. So you know the advertising that we talked through? Once you're up and selling for a minimum of 60 days, we will review your PPC campaigns in order to identify opportunities for improvement. So we're actually going to go through your advertising campaigns and look at them for you. And finally, the seventh bonus you get access to, valued at $997, is the brand expansion session. So we're going to give you a strategy session with an Amazon expert to review the different ways that you can expand your brand by adding additional products. So ultimately, this just helps you grow bigger, faster, and easier success. We literally handhold you through the entire process, which for you means no more analysis paralysis. You're not sat there trying to figure out whether you're making the right decision or not. We're literally going to tell you whether it's the right decision and help you through that process. So everything included with ASM includes the online web class, the ASM mentor access, the community access, the private resource vault, the ASM software suite, and the results coaching program, meaning that ASM really is your program for success. Everything you need to be successful in this business. Now, if we were to go ahead and put values against this, the ASM online web class is valued at $4,997. That's what people normally pay. The mentor program is $3,497. Access to the private community, $1,997. The private resource vault, $1,497. The automation tool suite, $8,497. And the results coaching package, $5,685, which if you total up, the total value of ASM is $26,170. But we're not going to be charging $26,170. You don't have to make that investment today to get started with ASM Evolution. Your investment normally is $4,997, and that comes with a 100% money back guarantee, a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee, which means if you signed up today, you've got a full 30 days to log into ASM, to go through the training, to use the tools. And if for whatever reason you're not happy, all you do is email support@amazing.com and we'll give you a 100% refund. You just email support@amazing.com and we'll give you 100% of your money back for giving ASM a go for that 30 days. But we know we want to go further than that. We want to make this so much of a no-brainer, take all the excuses off the table, that we've gone further than we've ever gone before, and you will not see anyone else doing this. We also have our freedom guarantee. So our freedom guarantee states that this business is risk-free for an entire year. An entire year. Now, you must meet some requirements to do this, but basically what this states is, as long as you follow the training, as long as you pick a product, launch it, and implement all of the marketing that we teach you, we will not only refund your ASM payments within that year, we will also buy back up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. So we will purchase off you, if you decide at the end of the year and you've done everything we've asked, you've gone through the training, you've selected and launched a product, you've implemented all of the marketing within the timelines, as long as you actually do that, and we can verify you've done that, and we do that through the members portal, we will not only refund ASM, we will also buy back up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. You get a full year to experience ASM and build that brand. And if you're not happy, we will go ahead and refund the payments and buy back up to $5,000 in inventory. And that's not all. That is not all. The full value of ASM is $26,000, as we just walked through there. The public price of ASM is $4,997. But because you've stuck around, because you've shown up live, and we know this is possibly the last time we'll get to have a good conversation with you about changing your life, about starting this business and changing that future path, we're going to go a step further, and we're going to discount that by a further $1,000 off. That's $1,000 that you can use towards your inventory. And if you join ASM today and you commit to your future, you commit to your success, and you commit to working with us to build your Amazon business, you can join ASM today for a one-time payment of $3,997. This is the best price that you will ever see for joining ASM. This is what's on the table right now. This is the offer we've put together, and you will not see this price publicly anywhere else. That's one payment for lifetime access, and a vehicle that, if you put in the work for the next year, is going to change your life forever. We also do have a payment plan option, and you still are saving $1,000 on this option. So our payment plan is normally $6,000. But as you can see here, you will pay 5 payments of $997, and we're going to give you 1 free essentially. So we're not going to charge you 6, we're going to charge you 5 instead, which means you can start today for a single payment of $997. And remember, you have that 30-day money back guarantee. So all you're really doing is securing your spot, getting started, going through the training, seeing if this business is for you. And you've got a full 30 days to experience and enjoy ASM, go through everything and start doing that product research, start speaking to suppliers, start sourcing that product. And again, if for whatever reason, then it's not for you, we will go ahead and refund that payment completely, 100%. All you need to do is email support@amazing.com and we'll take care of that for you. So you can start today for 1 payment of $997. And like I said, you will not see this anywhere else. This is an offer this is what's on the table today. And we really wanted to put this together for you to make it a complete no-brainer for you to get up and start building this business and achieving the same level of success that you've seen so many of our members achieve. So to get instant access to ASM Evolution and get started for just $997, you need to go to asm2021.com, asm2021.com to grab your spot now. When you do, you're going to get access to the online web class, the ASM Mentor program, the private community, the resource vault, the ASM tool suite, and the results coaching program, as well as all of our success bonuses, including the 30-day 100% money back guarantee, the freedom guarantee that states as long as you do what we ask you to do inside of the full year, a year from today, we will not only refund ASM, we will buy back up to $5,000 in unsold inventory. And today only, you're getting $1,000 off the public price, plus access to the new ASM Evolution. And as I just said, for those that move now, this is only a live access and it will be edited out. If you're watching the replay, you don't get access to this. You get the $1,000 inventory reimbursement. So open up your internet browser, and even if you just sat on the fence, follow along with me. Go to Google, go to your Google browser, go to your Safari browser, whatever you're using. You get the product evaluation valued at $997, the product listing review of $497, the one-on-one launch strategy session, a $997 value, the full PPC review once you've got your advertising up, a $497 value, and the brand expansion session, a $997 value, all included today when you join ASM. In addition to that, you get the brand new 8-module online web class, the private and exclusive community, over 60 hours of video training you can watch on demand at your leisure, the performance checklist and profit calculators, the tools that you need to see whether your products are profitable or not. You get access to monthly and weekly group coaching calls. You get access to the results coaching program, personal support from the ASM mentors, the private resource vault with over $10,000 worth of resources loaded up in there, actionable worksheets, scripts and templates, priority access to industry events and meetups. I was doing one in London just a couple of weeks ago. 6-month access to Zoo for free, that tool that gives everything you need, and a full year access to the automation tool suite, giving you access to all of those tools that ultimately give you an unfair advantage in running the business, to be honest. You can get all of this by going to asm2021.com and following along. And I can see Kelly's following along, Todd, Sherry, Norma, Jordan, awesome. If you then scroll down further, you'll see the Freedom Guarantee, which, providing you execute the marketing strategies taught within 1 year, you'll be eligible for full reimbursement of all of your ASM payments, up to $5,000 in unsold inventory, and one I forgot to mention, up to $5,000 in advertising also. So we're not only going to buy back up to $5,000 in any products that you've purchased that you haven't sold yet, we're also going to give you $5,000 back towards any advertising that you've spent. This really does make this a complete no-brainer. We're essentially saying, build your business on us. If it doesn't work or you don't like it, then we've got you covered. It's kind of like an insurance package, and no one else is doing this. And that's how confident we are in knowing that this is right for you. We've got Jerry saying doing it now. We've got Simone saying following along. Awesome, guys. In addition to that, you have the 30-day money-back guarantee. That's 100% refund anytime in the first 30 days if it's not right for you. It's that simple. All you do is email support@amazing.com, and for any reason, in the first 30 days, we will go ahead and refund your payment. So really, for a single payment of $997 today, or if you want to save that bit extra and pay up front $3,997, you literally can try us for 30 days. Providing you then implement the steps, you can actually build this business for the next year, and we've got you covered, completely insured towards your success. All of these bonuses add up to around $20,000 on top of the $26,000 value of ASM, but you get access to this. All of this is yours today for a one-time investment of $3,997. And remember, if you join right now, only people that join live get this. We'll also give you $1,000 towards your inventory. So that number actually becomes $2,997 once you've placed your order. So at the bottom of the page, you'll see the two payment options there. Go ahead and select which one you want to sign up with, whether you want to sort of save everything up front and pay $3,997. That's typically what I do, because there's the best saving there. Or if you want to take the payment plan, we are giving you a month free. We normally charge 6 months, you're charging 5. You can select the payment plan, and then you have the option to pay with PayPal or your credit card. So go ahead and enter your card details there, and then there should be a button to sign up. And as soon as you complete that form, you will get instant access emailed to you to access ASM and start your training. So go ahead at asm2021.com, and as soon as you've done that, I want you to come back to the questions box and type into the questions box future. I want you to type future in capital letters into the questions box once you've become a member of ASM, because I want to welcome you. I want to congratulate you. I want to acknowledge you, because you are action takers. You are committed to your success. You're committed to your future. You're not making excuses. You're going to put in the work, and you're going to generate the success that you've seen all of our members generating here on screen today. So once you've done that, come back, type future into the questions box so I can acknowledge you and I can see you. Mark is saying thank you, and we'll get going. Now, guys, really, really important. The doors on this are closing tomorrow. If you're sat on the fence and you're thinking, oh, I need to speak to my partner about it, I need to speak to my husband, my wife, my business partner, I need to think about this a bit more, we are shutting the doors to this tomorrow. And if you do hesitate and you don't join today live while I'm talking, you won't get access to the $1,000 inventory reimbursement. But I really wanted to put this across. This is the best price you'll ever get to join ASM. Just want to let you know the offer that's on the table in front of you. And there you go. Thomas saying future done. Tatiana, future. Awesome, guys. Welcome to ASM. Welcome to the first day of what's going to be an amazing ride for you guys. I can't tell you how amazing the last 6 or 7 years for me have been in this business. So today, what we've covered your blueprint to financial freedom in 2021. E-commerce is growing at a crazy, crazy rate. And anyone who rides the wave now will enjoy that success in future. We've covered how you can sell on Amazon from anywhere in the world and the steps to build your own brand on Amazon. And we've also covered the opportunity to join us and at ASM and create that success. I've got Donald saying future, Stefan, 100,000 reimbursement. Okay, cool. So guys, questions we'll get to here in a second, but to continue to type future in the chat box as you join. Donald, welcome to ASM, welcome as our newest member. So we've covered that opportunity to join us, to really shortcut all of those mistakes, shortcut all that learning of trying to do it on your own. Surround yourself with like-minded people that have been there, done it before, that are on the same journey and understand where you're at. And to get access to this exclusive community, to get access to this exclusive training, that's step by step, all you need to do is go to asm2021.com. You've got that 30-day money-back guarantee. You've got the 12-month freedom guarantee, and you can start for as little as $997 today. Lock in your spot. Block out tomorrow, this evening, tomorrow morning, going through ASM, making sure this is right for you, and starting to build that success. So included, you get access to the online web class, the mentor access, the private community, the resource vault, the ASM tool suite, and the results coaching program, as well as the 30-day money-back guarantee, the freedom guarantee, the $1,000 off the public price, the $1,000 inventory reimbursement only for people that join live, and access to the new ASM Evolution. Everything included for that one-time investment, and you can do that at asm2021.com. But guys, before I finish up, what's really at stake here? 3 products doing 30 units per day is $1 million business. That's $1 million a year. But what if you only sold 15 a day of those 3 products? Let's say you achieved half of that. That's still $10,000 to $15,000 in monthly profit, monthly passive income, 15 grand a month. You started this by telling me at the start of the training that you needed 5, 10, 15,000 a month to live the life that you want to live. Just 3 products selling 15 units a day does that. Give me some feedback in the chat box. Would $15,000 every single month give you more freedom? Give me a simple answer in the chat box. And while you do that, welcome Chris, welcome Todd, welcome Angela. That's absolutely awesome. Dana, Faizana, welcome guys to ASM. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you as a member of ASM, and I can't wait to see you as our next success story. Now, Katie's saying, yes, absolutely, $15,000 would give you more freedom. Daniel saying, yes, sir. You know, Dana saying, Chris saying, yes. Yes, absolutely. That's 3 products, 15 units a day. 3 products, 15 units a day is $15,000 a month in passive income, if all you do is follow the training that we've taken you through here today. Just like all of our members have done here, Jamie doing $1 million in a month. So many success stories coming through from our members over the years. Thursday's $21,000 there, all through following the training that you've learned today. Jean-Francis there doing $50,000. It starts with that one product and what we've gone through today, and then you join ASM, follow the step-by-step training, get access to the tool suite, and get all that support, and this could be you very, very soon from now. Now, with that, I know that Annabelle, we're going to bring on Tatiana, and we're actually going to go through Tatiana's story so you guys can kind of hear firsthand how powerful this journey can be and what the success at the end of the road looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and take a glass of water here, but Annabelle, let's jump on and let's turn cameras on and bring Tatiana on, and just let's have a conversation and understand Tatiana's journey and everything that Tatiana went through to build this business, and then ultimately sell it for millions of dollars. And I just want to go ahead and welcome Stefan, who's just typed future into the chat box. Welcome, Stefan. So excited to have you on board.
Dan, that sounds wonderful. I am on camera, so we will get started soon. When Tatiana, I know she's on with us, so when her camera's on, we'll get this rolling. Yes.
Hi.
Great. Hi and welcome. And you have an incredible story. So I mentioned earlier at the very beginning that you started your business as a college student part-time, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And then you quickly scaled from $40,000 a month to $400,000 a month in sales in about 4 years.
Yep.
Incredible. So obviously that is quite the journey, and we really want to paint the full picture of what was life before and what was after. So to start with the first question, tell me a little bit about your life. what was it like before you started selling on Amazon?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, I was a full-time student. I was in university, and I was also working as a waitress to pay for my tuition. I was in student loan debt. I had to, a huge amount of debt to pay off. And so I was trying to work as much as I could to pay off that debt. So that was life before discovering anything about this whole online world. I was totally oblivious to the fact that people ran businesses from their computers and that online business was such a thing. And I was on track. My goal was to graduate from university. I was in my third year at the time, and to get some sort of government job and hopefully get on the pension wagon.
Totally different life.
Yeah, very different.
And I know you've tried a few different models of selling on Amazon. So tell me about that, and then tell me why you decided to go with private label.
Yeah, so well, I had tried, the first model that I tried was Kindle book publishing. So I was introduced to that, and that was a way for me. I learned how to publish books on Amazon Kindle, and I was selling, really short how-to books for 99 cents a piece. And it was my introduction to online business. It was the way I made my first dollar, so it was really exciting and really eye-opening, and it allowed me to make a few $100s per month. But it knew it was something that it wasn't gonna, pay off my student loan or pay my rent or anything like that. But it was a great way to make some cash. And so that was the start of it for me. I then discovered retail arbitrage, where I would go thrifting, and I'd go to the thrift stores and sometimes the big box stores and try and find things at really great deals and then flip them and sell them on Amazon. And I love doing that because most of my young adult life I spent shopping exclusively at thrift stores. So I was really good at it. And the challenge with that business model, and as you guys know, there are so many different models to selling on Amazon. It's not like there's only one way you can make money on Amazon. And that's the cool thing about it. It's figuring out what's best for you. The challenge with this model was that it was a constant hustle, constantly driving to and from sometimes long distances without any guarantee that you'd find the treasure. And so it wasn't sustainable, it wasn't scalable. And so that's when I eventually discovered the Amazing Selling Machine, which introduced me to private labeling. And this was a model that really resonated with me. Like the moment that I heard about this model, and maybe for some of you it's the first time you hear about this, for me it just really struck a chord, and I felt like this is it, this is what I want to do. I loved the idea of creating something that was my own, to create something that, I'm very artistic, and I wanted to be able to express that and to actually tap into that and see what I'm made of. And I love the idea of just having my own brand, something that's mine, that I can sell, something that adds value to other people. So the whole model was very attractive for me. And so I just decided to go with that. And then ever since then, it was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah. Now, you were a student at this time, so how did you find the time to do all of this?
Yeah, so at the time, so the way I discovered, the way I made the decision to start an online business, because, when you're in university and I've already committed 3 years and a lot of money into, my tuition, and it was a hard decision, like, do I now do this? And so it wasn't like when I initially started, I didn't say, okay, I'm going to quit school and focus on this. It was initially, I was just going to do this on the side. So with any extra time that I had, which was very little, like I was working and going to school and also trying to maintain some form of social interactions with my friends and my relationship. So any extra time I had, I decided to work on the business. And so you just make it work. Whatever you prioritize, you will make the time for. We all have 24 hours in a day. So some people manage to move mountains and other people don't. It just depends on what you're prioritizing. And for me, it was the biggest priority of my life, because the way I made the decision to pursue this business was that I decided that I need to have a vision for my life. I need to decide what is it that I want with my life, because I knew that I could either go with the flow and sit in the passenger seat of my life and just kind of be passive to my life. And I knew that 10 years from now I would arrive. The question is where. And I didn't want to be in that position 10 years from now where I look back at my life and say, man, how did I get here in the most negative way? So I wanted to be intentional about the life that I created. And that starts with creating a vision. And so I created this whole vision, and it was crazy and it was so out of my reality. But I decided that I got to dream big, because there's nothing that I can't learn. Even though I'm a young 20-year-old who has no life experience, I knew that if there's anything that I need to learn, I can learn it. I have access to this great thing called the internet, and I live in a country that is a democracy. I can start my own business. I can sell. It's like just such a blessing. And so I knew that I could create that. So my vision was so compelling, and I knew that, hey, if I graduated from university and got my dream job, would I be able to live this vision? And the answer was no. And so I knew that online business was the route for me. It was the only thing that was going to allow me to have the freedom, the flexibility, the mobility that I needed in order to actually live that vision.
Yeah, and what, if you don't mind me asking, what was that big vision at the time?
Well, at the time, it was very much about travel. I was so curious about the world. I wanted to see and experience different cultures. I wanted to see what was on the other side of the world. And so for me, that was a big focus of the vision. And I just knew that, you know, if I got my dream job, I would still be limited to a 2-week vacation every year, or maybe a month if I'm lucky. And that just wasn't enough to live out this great vision of traveling the whole world. And that's exactly what I did. The moment that I was able to go full time with my online business and quit my job, which I didn't do right away. It took me over 2 years before I actually quit my full-time job. And that was intentional also, because I wanted to make sure that my job was supporting my lifestyle. I didn't want to take away from the growth of my business. So I kept on reinvesting the profits into my business. But the moment that I was able to quit my job, it was like, yes, let's get out of here, and just traveled the world. And it's been a great adventure.
And obviously, as your funds and your business grew, I'm curious, did your life change as you got more and more successful? Did that vision evolve over the course of 4 years?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, the vision is constantly evolving because I'm evolving, I'm growing. There's not a day in my life where I don't grow, and it applies to everyone every single day. All of our cells are shedding and changing and growing, and you know, it's just, as you grow, your values sometimes shift. And so that changed the vision that I had. Now my vision's very different. Now I'm tired of the travel, and I just want to settle down. And you know, part of my vision is you know, Stefan and I, my husband, we purchased our dream vacation property in Vancouver, Canada, and it's so cool. I get to have this property that has been part of my vision for a while now, and I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for me making the decision to build an online business, and to be part of the Amazing Selling Machine program.
Well, congratulations on buying your investment property, and also for the sale of your business. And I'm curious, how did you start that process? Did you want to put your business up for sale, or did somebody come to you and make an offer? What does that look like?
Well, actually, it was actually because my vision did change. So I started my business back in 2014, and I was a lot younger. My values were different. I had different interests. And so what was really exciting for me back then, and what I was really passionate about back then, evolved, you know, as the years went on and as I grew and developed. And so although I still loved the business, loved the brand, loved the customers, I just realized that it was time for me to move on. And that, among many other reasons. The business was a great business, and it was a really tough decision for me to sell it because it was doing so well, you know, especially, you know, last year, which is when I sold it, you know, e-commerce sales skyrocketed with, you know, everyone transitioning to online shopping. So it was a tough decision because I knew that this was just the beginning, that there's so much potential here. But nonetheless, I decided to sell it for several reasons. And it was a great decision, and the process was a huge learning curve. I decided to work with a broker to sell the business because it wasn't a small business. It was, this was a multi-7-figure business sale, and I wanted to make sure that I'm leaving this to the experts, that I'm not trying to sell it myself, because I don't know anything about selling a business. Now I do, with some experience. But the process was pretty smooth, and we ended up finding wonderful buyers, and it opened my eyes to the whole world of buying and selling Amazon businesses. It's actually much more common than I had originally thought. Many people end up selling their business at some point because either they decide to move on, or they want to start something new, or they just want to cash in. And it can be a path for many people, and you might not think that it's in your future when you're first starting your business. I know I didn't, because my business was my baby. It was my first startup. But eventually I just decided, that was the right fit for me.
Yeah. And Dan earlier was saying, 1 to 3 products can get you to $1 million. I'm curious, how many products by the end of your time with your business were you selling?
Yeah, so I had launched 2 products prior to launching the product that I developed a brand. So the first product that I launched was like, when I was first starting this business, as a broke college student, I didn't have much to invest. And so instead of saying, well, I can't start this business, I don't have the money, I said, well, what can I start with? And so I found a product that sells on Amazon very inexpensively, still met some of the criteria, and I was able to source it for, pennies on the dollar. And so that was a product, that was a starter product. I didn't make a lot of money from it. I still profited, but it wasn't super significant, but it allowed me to gain experience. And I think experience is so underestimated. Like, the value of experience, that is what will make your second product a success, and your third product. And I knew that. So then I launched my second product, which was higher ticket, then took the profits and then reinvested into the third product, which then I realized that, hey, I should be building a brand. And building a brand was super valuable for me. It's what allowed me to not rely on selling on Amazon. I was able to also sell on Shopify at that point, and diversify, not have all my eggs in one basket. And under that brand, I had 500 or so SKUs. So even though I was selling, one product on Amazon with a few SKUs on Amazon, I ended up having a much larger inventory via my website.
And for anyone not familiar with SKUs, can you quickly go over that?
Sorry, say that one more time. I missed that.
Yeah, for anyone not familiar with SKUs per product, can you quickly go over that?
Yeah, so a SKU can be, for example, any kind of variation. So if you have, you can have one product and then that's one SKU, but say that product comes in a different color or a different pattern or a different size, those would all be different SKUs. So each product would have its own SKU. So even though I was selling, say, the products I was selling were waist trainers on Amazon. If I was selling 3 colors of waist trainers on Amazon, those are 3 different SKUs, but under each color, I was selling 10 different sizes. So each one of those sizes is a different SKU. So it just, yeah, basically each unique product is a different SKU.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to know, how do you celebrate once you finally close the deal? This is done, and you had your multi-million-dollar payday. What do you do? What does that look like?
Yeah, not what you would think, right? It never usually is. And that's why success is really all about the journey. It's never the destination, because when you get to that destination, it's not what you expect it to be. So for me, selling the business, it was just a moment of, let me reflect on the journey, because over the last 5 years, who I had to become in order to build a business like that was an entirely different person than the woman who started the business. And that's the cool thing about business, guys, is like, that's what excites me, is that it forces you to grow. When you're an entrepreneur and you have 100% responsibility, and that might feel like a lot, but that's also really exciting, because you tap into the potential that you have and who you can become. And for me, every challenge that you're faced, it will either take you out, and it does for many people, that's why they quit, or you have to figure out a way to overcome it. and you become resilient. You learn to get through obstacles. You become less reactive in your life because you know, hey, I can anticipate that something's going to happen, and I know that I can resolve it. You build a track record for yourself. So for me, it was just a day of reflection, and just also being really grateful, just a grateful heart for Amazing Selling Machine, for getting me started with this business, for all my customers who supported me on the journey, for all of my support system. And that's really what the day looked like. It wasn't, I didn't go on a spending spree or pop a bottle of champagne, although I should have.
I love that. I love that. So we are coming towards the end of our interview, and I just have 2 more questions for you. So the first one is, what's next? What's on the horizon?
Yeah, so I considered starting another Amazon business for all of about 20 seconds. And then I realized that, hey, I'm not in the same position that I was, 7 years ago. And although I wouldn't have changed a thing, now I'm in a different position where I have funds at my disposal, and I want to use those funds, make your money work for you. So now I'm actually looking at buying Amazon businesses as a way to diversify my investment portfolio. I'm still a huge believer in an online business, in e-commerce, in Amazon. It is the world's largest online retailer for a reason, and I want a piece of that pie. They have a big pie, and they'll give me a small piece, and the way I can get that is by also investing in or buying other Amazon businesses. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now, and the cool thing about that is that I know what skills that I have that can complement these businesses. So I'm very strategic about the businesses that I do want to work with, because I want to make sure that I can help grow those businesses with the skills that I've acquired through my own experience.
Yes. All right, and then the last question is, what would you say to anybody here who is still considering joining ASM?
I would say, if you just look back at the last year and a half, how, what happened with this pandemic, and just how devastating it's been for so many small and big businesses going under, and the employees who lost their jobs because of that. It's been terrible. And the businesses that stayed alive were the businesses that had a brick and click approach, where they had a retail presence, online brick and mortar, but they also had some presence online. They had already made the transition to online. And the one who won the most was Amazon. Amazon grew exponentially during this time. And so the future is the internet. I don't know what the future holds, and I sometimes don't even want to think about it, but I do know that the internet's going to be involved. And so if there's some skills that you can acquire now, build your skill set online, build your online business. I have a great sense of comfort knowing that my paycheck, I'm not dependent on an employer or the government, and I'm providing my own paycheck. There's a great sense of comfort knowing that. So if you guys are thinking about getting started, just get started. Give yourself a chance at success. Success isn't guaranteed. It will depend on what you put in, but at least give yourself a chance.
Thank you so much, Tatiana, for just sharing all that and all the wisdom too that you've brought today. We appreciate it. I think we all do.
My pleasure.
So,
thank you so much.
Yeah,
Tatiana,
Dan, go ahead. Join us. There we go.
Yeah, cool. I'm on. Tatiana, you're a rock star. Thank you so much for doing that. And guys, I even sat there listening to you, Tatiana, myself, like I was taking so much from that myself. Just so many words of wisdom that Tatiana gave there in terms of her view towards life, and that intentional thought all those years ago about having that intention of, what do I want my life to look like? What is my day to day? And then intentionally going after it. And Tatiana and myself have known each other through friends and through the industry for a few years now. And having followed Tatiana's journey, she really has just been that inspirational sort of directive. She was responsible for her own actions, her own success. She did the work. And Tatiana, I'm so sort of proud, and also want to congratulate you. Well done on selling the business as well. I know you're looking to a new chapter now, but it's absolutely an amazing story. And I think the inspiration that you've just given so many people is not to be sniffed at. So yeah, really well done, Tatiana. Thank you for taking the time and sharing that with us. So next, guys, what we're going to do, hopefully, tell you what, give me some feedback in the chat box. Give Tatiana some love. Give us some feedback in the chat box. Let us know what you thought of that and what your sort of main takeaways were there. We've got Annie saying, thanks, Tatiana. Chris saying, thank you, Tatiana. Give us some feedback in the chat box. Let us know if you took anything from that. And then next, we're going to move to Q&A. So we obviously have a bunch of questions here coming through, and our team in the background have been diligently answering as many as possible as we've been going through. But I'm going to start picking out some common questions that come up and start flagging them down. And just to Tatiana, Todd saying great story, very inspirational. Jordan saying thanks, Tatiana. Josh, Tatiana and Stefan are the best. I agree, Josh. Simone saying Tatiana's the reason why I'm here. Amazing YouTube videos, jolts me to take. Leo saying thanks for your wisdom. Tatiana is an angel from Sam. Awesome, guys. Thank you for that feedback. So let's jump in. I'm going to start pulling out some questions, and this might be a good place. If you have got some burning questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat box, in the questions box again now, to save me having to scroll all the way up. Go ahead and drop your questions in the chat box now, and I'll start reading through them. And then for those members that have joined, for those people that have joined and type freedom into the chat box, welcome. I've seen many more of you joining. Remember, as soon as you do join up and become a part of the ASM community, become an ASM member, go ahead and type future in capital letters in the chat box or in that questions box, so that I can acknowledge you and I can welcome you into the business. Cool. So we got May saying, how do I start an Amazon business in Malaysia? May, that's all covered inside of ASM. You can start. There's a bit of a different process for signing up. You need to go ahead and open an Amazon account, and it will take you through that process of entering your details, your personal details there in Malaysia. We've got Chris saying future. Welcome, Chris. Welcome to ASM. Michael, Anne saying future. Welcome, Michael. Welcome, Anne. Okay, Sam saying, what, with the possible shutdown in China due to COVID and container industry having delays, is private label still worth it? Absolutely, Sam. Yes, there are global challenges, and the pandemic has brought global challenges, but it is a moment in time. It's a moment in time that will be resolved, and shipments are still happening. It's just they're taking a bit longer. So like anything, this time will pass. And like for anyone that's seen the movie Forrest Gump, Captain Dan goes out to sea during the storm. Who's already out fishing when the storm passes? It's people that weather the storm and go out to sea. So yes, Chris, yes, there are some shipping challenges, but we're working through them. And as a collective industry, we're still getting our products out of China. We're still getting them over into Amazon. It's just taking a couple of weeks extra than normal. So absolutely, it's still worth it. And it is just a moment in time, and it will pass. It will absolutely pass. We've got, what's next? We've got, what is the minimum amount you can start an FBA business with? That's from Jomi. So Jomi, you can get started with as little as $1,000, $2,000 in inventory. All you're going to do is start with very small, very cheap products. So you want to go with like a $1, $1.50 sourcing cost and buy 500 units, for example. Now, you will run out of inventory when you do that, inevitably, because you won't have enough inventory to sustain through. But all you do is sell through that inventory, close your listing, place your order again, and just take a slower approach. You will still achieve the same results. It will just take you a bit longer. Ideally, you start this business with around $5,000. That's enough to cover your inventory. That's enough to cover the initial advertising cost to get going. But you can start with as little as, say, $1,000, $2,000 in inventory. We've got Alaria saying, what if we pay now and start with the program in 3 to 6 months? That's absolutely fine. This is not a race, and it's not going anywhere. As you saw from the graphs, this is only just getting started. And as Tatiana said, the pandemic has only accelerated the growth of e-commerce and the growth of Amazon. So this isn't going anywhere, and it's important that you go at your own pace. Now, we do want you to move when you do start. Speed to market is really important. When you've chosen a product, get that product to market, but you can start the training whenever you want to start. I would encourage you to start as soon as possible, start going through the training. If for whatever reason you can't order for 3 months, that's absolutely fine. But get inside of ASM today, start going through the training and start educating yourself so you know exactly what steps to take, and invest in your own future, as Tatiana did. She knew that she wanted to be in a certain place in her life. She was intentional towards it. She put in the work and she invested in herself. I'm in China now. How can I start? Again, yes, you can sell on Amazon.com from there. Also, you can set up an Amazon account and go through the steps. They might ask you for a few more pieces of information and some proof of ID and that sort of stuff, but you can absolutely do that. Sam Mazo saying, storage limitation on Amazon has placed, how will this affect new sellers? So the actual storage limitation, for the last 12 months, yes, there was a limit in terms of how many products you could send in. They limited it to 200 units, although that's no longer the case. As a new seller, you can actually send about 1,000 units in now, even more sometimes, depending on which fulfillment center you get given. So the storage limits really aren't an issue. They're actually more of an issue at the moment for the bigger sellers, because for someone like myself who wants to send thousands of units into Amazon, in some of our accounts we actually can't because of those limits. But as a new seller, there are no limits and you will be absolutely fine, Sam. Katrina, the packaging and storing, is that only for the starter product or for succeeding products as well? Yeah, so every single product you order, Katrina, you're going to have packaging designed, and the China manufacturer or your US manufacturer is going to print that packaging for you. Now, the first time you do it, you've got to design the whole thing. I recommend using fiverr.com or 99designs.com to get that packaging designed. Or if you've got a friend maybe that's good at graphic design. But then when you do your second product and your third product, it's a lot easier because you've already designed the template. You just rejig the template for the second product, you rejig the template for the third product, and then you send all that product into Amazon. We have Harry saying 5 pay 997 means 5-month payments. Yes. So the monthly payment plan is $997 per month for 5 months. So it's 5 payments. So it allows you to really spread this out, and you can get started today for just $997. And remember, you've got that 30-day money back guarantee. And guys, I want to see future in the chat box when you've joined. I want to see future coming through because I want to welcome you and acknowledge you. I really can't stress, I mean, Tatiana did a fantastic job there of describing this business and the journey, but how exhilarating and thrilling it is to start this business and what it really can do for your life. Veronica, how to pick brand name for multiple products. So Veronica, the aim of the game here is you're only ever going to pick a brand name once. So you're going to pick one brand name, and then you're going to build a range of products under that same brand name. That's what a brand is. So you pick 3 products, you release those 3 products under that single brand name, and you serve all of your customers under that brand. So as Tatiana said, it was actually her 3rd product that was the first product of her brand. And then she was able to release hundreds of variations of colors and sizes and stuff. But all of those products will have been under the same brand name. So you're not creating a brand name for every single product. You create a brand once, and then you release a series of products under that brand. We've got Katie saying, so do you have to buy the product 5 times a day at full price after buying the product from your manufacturer? If you're selling on Amazon for $50, this can get very expensive if you're buying 5 times a day for each keyword. So it's not you buying, you're asking your friends to buy, but yes, you're going to invest into a few products. So if you do 5 a day for say a week, that's 35 units. So 35 units at your product cost, because Amazon will pay you back the difference. So let's say your product costs $10. There's going to be $350 invested into that launch. So thinking about it accurately, it's costing you the cost of your products. It's not costing you the entire retail price because Amazon's going to pay you that money. After saying, what should be the ratio between product selling price and sourcing price? 4 to 1 is good. If you can buy a product and sell it for 4 times what you buy it for, that's a really good ratio. 4 to 1 is a good ratio. It's a really good question as well. Diana saying, what are the most important skills to be successful in this business? I think Tatiana summed it up perfectly. It's resilience and persistence. We are going to give you the exact steps, the exact blueprint. We're going to tell you exactly what to do. You have to do it. And then once you come up against challenges, which you inevitably will in any business, you have to have the resilience and the persistence to push through them. The only way you fail in this business is if you give up. If you're resilient and you're persistent, and you persist through all challenges and you keep pushing, you will find success in this business. But you have to do the work, you have to be resilient, you have to be persistent. And that's the #1 skill you can have. And I'll be honest with you, in my journey, I'm into 8 figures in business now. I have 5 businesses. The Amazon space is 1 or 2 of them. And in my own journey, 10 years as an entrepreneur, I can name all of the key points where I could have given up in my journey, but because I pushed myself into an uncomfortable zone, because I was resilient, I was persistent in my ambition to be successful, my ambition to, I've got 2 young children, a wife, family, to look after my immediate sort of loved ones. That's what got me to where I am today. If it wasn't for that resilience and persistence, I can think of many times where I could have just thrown in the towel, gone back to the military, done whatever I wanted to do because that was the easier option. But it's that resilience and persistence that always sees you through success. So Pamela's saying, does it cost money to place your inventory with Amazon? So it doesn't cost you to send it in, but they do charge when you sell. So there's a 15% commission typically. Varies a little bit, but 15% commission. There's a pick and pack fee, and you can find all this information if you go to the Amazon FBA revenue calculator, as I showed you earlier in the training. They will give you all of the data points on exactly how much it's going to cost you, and then there's a small storage fee for keeping it in their warehouse, but that's all calculated inside of those inside of that calculator. Kelly, is there a company that only wholesales USA-made products? Yes, absolutely. Beauty products, supplements, pet food and supplements. If you search Google, and you just put the word private label next to what you're looking for, then you can find those suppliers. So let's say you want to do collagen, you do collagen private label USA, and you'll find those suppliers. There's lots of suppliers on there. Todd, nervous but ready. You can say more about product selection than anything else. We won't be completely on our own here, will be. No, Todd, you won't. Once you've gone through the training, you've got the community, you've got weekly, it said monthly, but you've actually got weekly coaching calls, and you've got that product evaluation bonus. So as soon as you've found a list of products that you want to go ahead and look at, you can go ahead, submit them to the product evaluation bonus, and a member of our team, an expert seller, is going to go ahead and have a look at those products and give you specific feedback on those products. So you're not alone at all. We've built this to help you every step of the way and support you with everything possible. We've even got a tool that you'll get access to that I didn't talk about today that literally gives you a list of products. It's called the Spotlight tool. So you're gonna see that as well. Lance, $4,000 cost with you. What is the estimate on startup cost before starting making sales? And what is the time frame before you start seeing return on investment? Great question, Lance. So you're going to invest $4,000 today. If you do it live while I'm talking, you're going to get $1,000 inventory reimbursement. So that's actually bring it down to $3,000. You're going to spend a couple of $1,000 in inventory. So we're at $5,000 there. And it's going to cost you around another $1,000 to launch. So we're at $6,000 roughly. Now, depending on where you source from or what product, you can literally be live within about, if you source locally in the US, you can be live within a month. You can be live within a couple of weeks, to be honest. If you source out of China, you're probably looking at more 60 days, 90 days, so 2 to 3 months to start seeing those sales come through. Now, it's typically your second inventory order when you start seeing that substantial return on investment. Your first order is going to break even. You're going to get that money back out of the launch. Ideally, that's kind of best case scenario. And then you're going to use that money, place your second order, and that second order is when you're going to start seeing those profits generate. Nicole, what tips do you have to differentiate your product from the one already doing well? Now, Nicole, I could tell you how to differentiate a product, but I'll be honest, the market already tells you. Go and read the 3- and 4-star reviews of the ones that are doing well and see what people like and see what they don't like. What they like, make sure you keep in the product. What they don't like, improve in the product. That's how you differentiate, that's how you improve a product. Veronica, most common mistakes starting out: not following the training and being too conservative. I think the biggest mistake I see is people take too long to make a decision. Once they've made the decision on a product, they take too long to get it to Amazon. They delay, they procrastinate, they leave a couple of days between replying to suppliers. And then once they've got it to Amazon, they don't push the pedal, they don't put the foot to the floor, they don't put the foot on the gas fast enough, hard enough, aggressive enough to push through. They're too conservative, and that conservative mindset comes from fear. But my tip would be lean into this, don't lean away from it. Lean into the fear. That's where success lies. Abood, what are the specifics to the 30-day 100% money back guarantee? Yeah, the 30-day money back guarantee, there are no specifics. You've got 30 days. If you don't like it, then you go ahead and request a refund. There is a policy as well on the order form. If you have a look, you can read the details, the terms and conditions there. But yeah, we won't ask you why you don't like it, that sort of stuff, but ultimately you've got a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't want to continue for whatever reason, you simply email support@amazing.com and we'll go ahead and get that refunded. May, I see 2 types of FBA seller package on Amazon. Which category would you suggest for a beginner seller? So once you get set up, May, you're actually going to be a professional seller. Because we need that level of access, and we take you through that in module 2 of ASM, and we'll take you through how to get that set up. And for those still sat there, we've still got hundreds of people on the webinar right now. Remember, once you've joined, I want to see future. Just as Michael P, oh no, sorry, Michelle P has just typed into the questions box. Welcome, Michelle. Welcome to ASM. Welcome to the first day of an exhilarating ride, as Tatiana explained there. That's going to be really exciting. And as Tatiana said, really enjoy the journey, guys, as well. Yes, the destination's important. Yes, generating millions of dollars is a substantial event, but enjoy the journey along the way. That's where the real fun is. Michelle Levers, I currently don't have a job. I'm currently making payments on another program to start making money another way. As soon as I start making money, I really want to join ASM. Am I able to get the 4997 deal with a couple of months' time, or fingers crossed less time? Is this deal all around? So no, the deal today is not always available. That's the reason why it's a live deal. Yes, we do open up the doors to ASM periodically at different price points. And yes, you probably can join in future at a higher price point. But this is the best deal you're going to get today, this moment in time, and this is the offer that's on the table, because we want to get people started. We know the power of this. And as we had Tatiana as a special guest, we want to do something special, which is why we've reduced that price by $1,000 and given the $1,000 reimbursement bonus live today. Daniel says, should you buy your LLC before you start? Should you set up an LLC before or after launching a product? So Daniel, you actually do that after. You can actually go ahead and start selling on Amazon without an LLC. And then once you start making some sales, you can then go ahead and get the LLC set up. Focus on getting the product live before all the admin. That's kind of my mantra. Stick close to the money is another way of saying it. So focus on where the money is. You can set the business up later, and we do talk you through how to do that inside of ASM. Atta, keeping pandemic in mind, is it better to go for sourcing from China directly, or should we first purchase from local wholesale markets, sell on Amazon, and then when it gets going, sourcing large inventory from China? So yeah, Atta, you can do that. You can do the whole buying wholesale, retail arbitrage. Margins are going to be thinner. You're not selling your own brand, but it would teach you how to use Amazon. And then you could go to China. My advice would be just go to China. Don't let outside influences like the pandemic control your actions. I haven't through the whole thing. I've traveled, I've done everything. With the business, you can buy in China right now. The pandemic's not stopping that. Shipping is a bit slower, but that's still fine. We can still get it to Amazon. We're shipping millions of dollars worth of products every single month. So I just go to China, to be honest, and just get going. Michelle, again, welcome to ASM. Okay, Harry, please tell me how much money on average must be prepared to get first inventory 3 products from supplier. So remember, we're not doing 3 straight away. We're only doing 1 product to start with. And as I just walked through, you can do that whole process in about $5,000 to $6,000 before you then move on to the next product. Isaac, how does the process of shipping products from the manufacturer to Amazon work? Isaac, great question. So what you're going to do is China is going to send your product to the United States. Now, you can either have it sent to your house, you can have it sent to a third-party logistics company, which we have loads of them inside of ASM, which is a warehouse, or the shipping company that ships your product might even have this service available for you also. But you're going to send them to a destination in the US. You're going to check them, you're going to have them all prepared, whether the company does, whether a third-party company does that for you or you do that, and then inside of Amazon, you're going to arrange a shipment, and Amazon go and collect them. They use FedEx or UPS, or sometimes now their own vans, and they'll go and collect them from that warehouse. Best way to get started, if you live inside the US, is to actually just have them shipped to your house and just do it from your garage. That's a great way to get started. Todd, do the products under your brand need to be related in some way? So the goal is to understand the customer. So let's say you're serving a busy mom. She's got 2 kids, husband works 9 to 5, and she's got a busy household to maintain. Then ideally you would serve products that serves that person. Or if you're doing a fitness brand, then you do related. So you do like a skipping rope, a foam roller, maybe a fitness straps, and keep them within the same category. So it's either customer focused or category focused. That's what a brand is. Josh, if we had 1 hour a day to work on this, how long would it realistically take to start making sales, including shipping from China? So yeah, Josh, 1 hour a day is actually plenty. And if you're serious about it and you move, you should be able to be placing an order within 14 days or so, and you could be selling within 2 months. Veronica, would you recommend manufacturing in the USA or overseas? That really depends on the type of brand you want to launch, Veronica. We do a lot in China because we do a lot of home and kitchen brands, fitness brands, that sort of stuff. But anything on or in your body is going to be from the US. Typically, you won't find products in the US like fitness products, like more physical products, like this microphone here, for instance. Like you wouldn't find this cheap enough in the US, so you have to go to places like China. But creams, powders, that sort of stuff, then absolutely in the US. Now, if you go into like beauty brands or something like that, it's a lot faster to get started because a lot of these companies in the US already have the powders made, the products made, etc. So you can literally place an order and have them shipped to Amazon in like a week or two, whereas it takes a bit longer out of China. So it really depends on the brand that you want to launch. Gabriella, can I create the logo myself? Absolutely, you can. I would argue that your time is worth more than you sitting there designing. Spending $15 on Fiverr is probably more efficient use of your time. But if you feel really passionate about it, absolutely you can. Todd, do the products need to be handled and repacked from the manufacturer somewhere along the journey to Amazon, or do they go straight from the manufacturer to Amazon? So all the preparation is done in China, and we teach you this. They do all the packaging, they put all the labels on. But you will use an intermediary sort of location, whether it's your house or warehouse, and then it goes to Amazon. Michelle P, am I going to get an email confirmation? Yes, you will. In terms of the inventory reimbursement, don't worry, you'll get that inside your account. It will show up inside your account, and all you've got to do is get to the point of placing your order, and then you could submit for that. And we obviously have all the sign-ups, timestamps and stuff, so we know you joined from this webinar. As to saying, what is a reasonable profit margin? So typically you'll see around 25%. 30-35% is really optimized once you're a year or two in, you've kind of got good relationships going with your suppliers, you've bedded down your costs. 30-35% is really optimized. 20-25 is more typical, and anything below that's unoptimized, so around 25%. Sam, where can we find the recording of this? We will email the recording out, so you will get an email in the next 24 hours. Sam, are inspections a necessary expense? Yes, absolutely. They're very inexpensive. They'll cost you $100, $150, but we definitely recommend inspections, which is where a third-party company goes to your factory in China and checks your products for you. It's a lot easier to solve some manufacturing issues when they're still in the factory. Let's say they've got a scuff or a scratch or something like that, than it is to try and solve it when they've already shipped. It's almost impossible to do it then. So yes, we absolutely recommend inspections. Is it bad to launch all your products following the same model, say 5 products and then add more later? I think you mean, can I launch 5 at once? I mean, I wouldn't recommend it as a beginner because you've got a lot to learn. If you've got the budget to do it, I mean, that's a substantial budget to launch 5 products at once. If you've got the budget to do it, yes, it's possible, but I would still recommend doing 1 product first, just so you can get to know how to do it and really focus in. If I said to you, go build 5 skyscrapers, if you started building all 5 at once, and I started building 1 at a time, who's going to finish the skyscraper first? It's going to be me, because I focused all my effort on that 1. So I strongly believe, and I know this, an Achilles heel of mine is spreading myself too thin with focus. I know that when I focus on one thing at one time, that's where success lies. Alta Grace, how does Amazon handle the returns? Great question. So Amazon does all of that for you. If a customer returns for any reason, they will handle that whole process. And then you have different options. You can either put that back into your inventory, you can destroy it, you can ship it out of Amazon. Depending on the reason for the return, you can handle those returns differently. Is the beauty category gated? Is it okay to start on Amazon with beauty health supplements? I believe it is, yes, off the top of my head. If you search Amazon for gated categories, search Google for gated Amazon categories, you can get the list. They change all the time, but it's fairly easy to get ungated, and our team inside the community can help you do that. Thomas, where can we find the breakdown of the different packages we purchase? They will show up in your members account, and you can email support@amazing.com too, Thomas. Kevin, do you recommend doing DDP shipping or getting a freight forwarder? We use DDP a lot at the moment because it's often a lot cheaper. There's pros and cons to it. So with DDP shipping, you're not responsible for the shipment. The supplier or whoever's doing the DDP, they're the importer, they're handling all the duties, the taxes and everything. So just make sure they update you on the shipment and make sure you're happy with the tax code they're using. But we typically use DDP at the moment because it is cheaper. But freight forwarders are also great. we work with a lot of freight forwarders because even though you're the shipper, they help you with that whole process. But DDP is cheaper at the moment. Katie, do baby products require lab testing? There are different certifications for baby products. You can find them all on the Amazon help documents. We also cover them inside of ASM. And typically you'll work with suppliers that already have those testing certificates, and we teach you how to find those suppliers. Veronica, can you talk about GS1 barcodes for Amazon? Yes, GS1 is the body that controls the barcode that show up on products. I'm trying to find a product that has a barcode on my desk. But the little barcode that they scan at the supermarket, GS1 is the company that controls and distributes them. And we teach you exactly how to get one of those set up when you're going through the product process. And we have a final question here. Xenia, are the ASM weekly check-ins with an Amazon expert or accountability coach? Yes, both. So in the community, we've got the Amazon experts, we've got the accountability coaches, and we do group coaching. So myself and Mike actually deliver weekly coaching at the moment. So you'll join either myself or Mike McClary. Again, Mike's been in the business a long time, multi-million-dollar seller, same as myself, and we're there on the coaching calls. So guys, we're still going. We're running, how long are we running now? We're running at 2.5 hours at this point, so we're going to be wrapping up very shortly. But there's still hundreds of people sat here. And I want to welcome and congratulate everyone who's become a member of ASM today. Like I say, well done you, well done for starting this journey. You are the action takers. You are the people that are going to be successful because you've got that mindset that you control your own destiny. But for those that are maybe sat on the fence, I want to know what the deal breaker is. What's keeping you on the fence? Where's the hesitation to become a member of ASM and start this amazing business coming from? I want you to type the word deal breaker in capital letters into that questions box, followed by your reason for why you can't join today. Now, while you do that, Thomas is asking, can we do this totally online? Yes, absolutely, Thomas. That's the whole point. I literally travel the world. So I'm based at the moment in Dubai, in the UAE. I've got my 2 kids and my wife here. They'll be getting up now. I actually started this webinar at 5 a.m. this morning. I was in the UK last week. I'm going to Aruba next week to meet some of the guys here, actually. Going to Mexico the week after. And all I do is travel with this laptop, and I run a multi-million-dollar operation on Amazon. So yes, absolutely, you can do this online. So Leslie, no money for the course at this time is your deal breaker. Totally understand, Leslie. If you can get that $997 together, you can start with that and start working towards it and just take it a bit slower. But totally understand. Continue to follow our training, continue to stick around, and sort of, as Tatiana did, set this as your intention as what you want to do in life. May says deal breaker. What is your deal breaker, May? Thomas, yes, thank you. Jordan, I need to save enough money to be able to invest in the program and the business. Once I save up, I'm all in. Awesome, Jordan. Again, if you can get going with that $1,000, just take it slower. Just do the training and then save. It'd be better to save while doing the training and educating yourself than it would be to try and save and then try and do the training and order products. So I do the training, educate yourself, save up the money, then place the order, and just do it a bit slower. So if you can do that, then great. Deal breaker. Fear hearing many negative reviews from people saying you don't need an FBA course. They're wasting time and money. Most resources can be found on YouTube. Sam, that there is my biggest challenge with this. Yes, there is some good information on YouTube, but I'll be honest, there's a lot of crap information on YouTube that's going to cost you a lot of time and money. Not only that, you've got to go and piece all that bits together and figure out what's current, what's not, what's old information, who's telling the truth, who's not. There's a lot of people teaching that have never done this business. So Sam, yes, that is possible. You can go out there and figure all that stuff out yourself. I promise you, it's going to take you 10 times longer and cost you a lot more than the cost of ASM, the investment in ASM, to go out at it on your own following YouTube. So that's a decision you have to make personally. But if you want the fast track, if you want the shortcut to success, join ASM, follow a proven track. And to be honest, if I put it out there bluntly, ASM created this industry. All those guys you see on YouTube are there because ASM started 8 years ago. Well, it's actually 9 or 10 years ago now. Matt Clark, founder of ASM, worked with him closely, great guy. He's the one who discovered this entire business model, and he's the one who created this industry, and that's where ASM's come from. So all those people you find on YouTube are there because ASM exists. That's the truth of it. Kelly, my deal breaker is trying to figure out how to make the time commitment work with a 1-year-old and a 1 on the way. Kelly, I totally understand. When I started this, My wife was pregnant. I had Alfie, my firstborn, who's 6 now. And then along that journey, we had Austin, who's 3 now. And yes, you are juggling family life, babies, all that sort of stuff. But to be honest, that should be your motivation. And if you can get up an hour earlier, go to bed an hour later, that's all you need is that 1 hour, and you can build this business and use those as your motivation for doing so. Because I promise you, once you get the other side of that fence, the life that you can give those children is so much more than you will have ever been able to do normally. And I know that because I'm going through that experience myself, and what I've been able to give my children. John, I can't join today because of life's recent mishaps. No worries, John, work towards it. Maureen saying, deal breaker, I don't doubt the ASM. I don't have the funds to pay for the course or saving for the course. Okay, Maureen, no worries. Like I say, if you can get started just about $1,000, then get into the training, start educating yourself while you save that money. May, I deal breaker, I'm a student, I don't have the funds to join. Totally understand, May. Being a student, as Tatiana was, costly. Again, if you can get into the training, then start educating yourself while you save. Veronica, saving money for inventory. Good job. Okay, Katrina, what benefits can we get from ASM Foundation? I received an email regarding this. Yeah, so ASM Foundation is available. It's just the training element, Katrina. So it's the same training, you just don't get the community or any of the actual real life support around it. Cool, guys. So for my ASM members that are still on the call, I want to go ahead and type future again into the questions box, just so we can acknowledge you before we wrap up here. Remember, guys, we're about to close the call here, and the $1,000 inventory reimbursement bonus is going to be taken away when we stop this webinar. So if you are sat on the fence, I strongly recommend you jump in. You've got that 30-day money back guarantee. You've got that 12-month freedom guarantee that states as long as you implement everything we ask you to implement and you actually do the work, you have to do the work. But providing you do that, inside of a full year from today, from when you join, you'll get the full refund on ASM, up to $5,000 in inventory buyback, up to $5,000 in advertising given back to you as well as part of that. That means this is completely risk-free for an entire year. You can try building this business on us, and we've got you covered for that full year. And the doors to this offer, which is $1,000 off the public price. So you're saving $1,000, closes tomorrow, Friday. Well, it's actually, sorry, it's 2 days. It's Thursday for me today. It's Wednesday for you. So it closes on Friday, the 20th of August at 11:59 PST. And the inventory bonus is going as soon as I finish up here in about 2 or 3 minutes. But for those that joined, welcome to ASM. I can't wait to see you as our next success story, see you in the community, see you on our coaching calls, and in the future, see you at one of our events also. Now, just to wrap up here, we've got Lance saying, hesitation, I live on, I'm looking to retire, high monthly payments. Lance, we've got you covered with a 30-day money back guarantee and that freedom guarantee. The only person who can fail here is you not doing the work. Providing you do the work, follow the system, implement everything we ask you to do, we've got you covered, Lance, for an entire year. Dedicate your next year of your life to being successful in this business, and you will be just fine. Michelle P, so excited to get started on this journey. Same here, Michelle. It's going to be an absolute pleasure to work with you through this. So guys, thank you for spending your time with me for the last 2.5 hours here with Annabelle and myself and Tatiana, learning about this incredible business. Stick around, continue to look out for our emails, join our trainings. And for those that are on the fence, like I say, the inventory bonus has been taken away in precisely 60 seconds. So get in, jump in. If you've had any issues with payments, or you need to speak to a partner or anything like that, go ahead and email support@amazing.com, because we'll timestamp that email and we'll take care of you there. So do email support if you're stuck with anything, and we'll still get you in because we'll timestamp that email. But for everyone else, thank you for taking the time, and we will see you very soon on another one of our trainings. Thanks, guys.